Hello and welcome to Floating Through Film. This is episode 181 and I am your host Blake, and we are going to be continuing my Johhnie To series with breaking news and Exiled. But before we get into anything, let me introduce you to my co-hosts, Danny and Luke.
Oh, that was me.
That was you.
My bad. I thought that was Blake's phone. I'm not gonna lie.
Are we leaving it in?
Okay, we have to go behind the scenes on that one.
Okay.
It was just that Luke thought Blake's phone was playing that, so he pointed at Blake, but it was Luke's laptop playing that.
I was like, wait.
It kind of fit.
It sounded like it was over there.
I thought you were doing it on purpose for a second. But I was like, that was kind of weird. But...
No, I was unplaying. I was so confused first. I was like, wait, what the fuck was that?
You're like, what am I hearing?
I was like, why aren't you guys reacting to that?
No, that's a weird one about you. Why are you reacting to it?
Okay, never mind.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, that's us.
But yeah, introduction's done.
Expect the unexpected, you know?
Hey, exactly. I wish I would have watched that movie, honestly. But yeah, we're going to start, obviously, with breaking news, 2004. What are your guys' overall opinions on it? Have you guys seen this movie before?
I'd seen it before.
Okay, you had.
Haven't.
Luke, you had not. Luke, why don't you give me your overall opinions first?
I like it. I'm not like that crazy about it. Like I think it's like there's like some a lot of cool stuff in it. I think the idea of like it being like basically the film being like this like police force like trying to establish power, because they're like embarrassed by like the heist at the beginning is like a cool concept. And there's some like good scenes within it, like the dinner scene.
Yes,
is obviously great.
The dinner scene.
But I don't know. I'm not like I don't know what it is about it like that's like making me a little bit hesitant on it. I think maybe it's just like I don't know. Maybe I wish like I don't know. I think I just prefer when he's more like when it's about more like gangsters and stuff and like the I don't know how to describe like why I'm a little bit like mid not mid on it, but just like a little bit less enthusiastic about it. But I still like it. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You don't like how the cops are just another gang on the streets, then?
Okay. Wow. Nah, I don't know. Maybe it's just like really like just that it being about that, like a lot about the cops, like being a lot about like the cops and stuff. Doing that makes it so it's just like less exciting for me to watch. But I don't know.
I wonder if that's just a first watch thing.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Because there's a lot going on in this movie, even though it's only 90 minutes.
Yeah.
There is.
But Daniel, what about you?
Okay, the only thing is, I'm about to contradict what you just said about, and this is like very rare for some people it can be different, but this is my third time watching it.
Yeah.
And I've actually liked it less.
Damn.
The first time I watched it was probably the best, and the second two times, because I rewatched it a few weeks ago, and then I rewatched it now for the podcast. And honestly, I think the main reason is there's two things. Like, I actually love the theme a lot of the Johhnie To theme of like he basically loves that idea of like putting the film almost like this kind of like detachment of like in this case it's like the media themselves filming. And, we get like the different footage. You know, even like Money and Karma, we get little like the video camera footage. Like he just likes kind of playing on the different like aspects of that. And I like that part of the movie, but. To me, it's just, I don't know, I think one part of it is it's not focused enough. Like, I wish there was more of that stuff, of them trying to manipulate the media and then, like, the back and forth. Like, we get, like, one good moment of, like, I like the kids, like, them, like, the criminals, like, kind of fighting back with their, using, like, the kids and posting cell phone footage back. But, I don't know, like, that's one aspect is, like, it doesn't feel, like, really focused enough for me, as I would like, even compared to some other Johhnie To movies. And I think the second one is the big aspect is... To me, it's like one of his visually, maybe not best. Like, it's probably his weakest of all the ones we're doing, honestly, if I have to think about it. And I think that's a major reason why. Like, maybe just, like, it's so bright, and, like, all of his movies, like, he's literally, like, the master of, like, darkness and, like, using, like,
compared to, like, Exiled, too.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
we're going to get to Exiled.
Yeah,
that
might be his best.
That's what I'm going to talk about, though. Like, that's kind of, I mean, it's a good correlation, because this one feels way more plotted out, like, I don't know, like it doesn't feel like it doesn't have the visual kind of Johhnie To flair that I'm used to, you know. Even there's more explosions in this one.
I think it
has even kind of like more of like the
raid
raid vibes.
I knew you were going to bring up the raid because I was also thinking of the raid while watching it this time.
I like the raid. I actually like the raid more than this one.
No, that's crazy. This one's better than the raid, but I do. Yes.
The action is better than the raid. Come on, like even the fight stuff.
It is more of an.
I don't really.
Yeah, this one is more about the concept. I think I wish it was a little more conceptual.
I definitely like this more than the raid, but I'm not super crazy about.
But even that, like I'm saying this, it's still got a lot of great stuff. Like I'm saying, like some people, like a lot of people I follow, like it even more than I do, and. Like it's a very entertaining movie, so I could always turn it on, like, and I could see myself liking it more next time. But yeah, I think like a lot of it's just the visual aspect too. Like I even brought this up over the episode. Like almost all of this happens at daylight, you know.
Yeah.
But I do love the dinner scene. We'll talk to that. There's still some great moments, but I don't know. It's like we'll talk about it as we go through.
It's interesting that you think it's like visually doesn't look like one of his better movies. Like I think it looks great for different reasons than usual. Like he's just doing a lot of interesting things that he doesn't usually do in his movies. Like a lot of like the split cuts where we just have like half the screen on like one group and half the screen on the other.
And the elevator scene at the end is amazing.
That scene is one of the best, yeah.
But overall, like Exiled, basically every scene is like that. You know, it's like basically every shot is like that. And this one is like a lot of it feels more like just normal, kind of like plot wise. It's just like even it ends kind of like even normal for a Johhnie To movie. Like there's nothing too surprising that happens in it, you know. Yeah, maybe that's another reason. It just feels more like bait. Like I like the concept stuff, but like even just plot wise, like I like the chaotic nature of running Karma, where like it just doesn't make sense even if you try to add it up. You know, versus like I love that. Maybe other people like the more structured stuff, but. I like the messy stuff. And Exiled is like that too in a way. Even just how they shot it. But we'll talk about that. But yeah, what about you? Because obviously you, you picked it, so obviously you love it.
No, I do love breaking news.
So I don't want to dampen the...
No, I do love breaking news. That's why I was kind of pushing back on the visual element, because I was like, I don't know, I still think this movie looks fake. It looks amazing.
I think it looks good.
Of all his movies,
I can see what you're saying. Like what Dave is saying. Like it, like
all his movies, it has to be the weakest. We're doing
weakest.
Right
I don't know.
The ones we're doing.
Of the ones that we've done right now, there are other ones that might look better. Like I do think Johhnie To, he's definitely better at filming night. He's even said that night is his favorite. Like
it has to be. Let's so like he's like the best. He's one of the best.
But it is interesting just watching a movie play out entirely in daylight from Johhnie To also.
Oh yeah, and I love the nature of it.
Even like you said, it was bright. I feel like it's not that bright because he uses a lot of filters in the daylight. Like especially towards the end, like we'll get the blue light filter obviously over everything. But even in Exiled, in the daylight scenes, he'll have a filter over it to make it like look a little bit darker. I don't know. No, I do like this movie. Like Luke pointed out a little bit of why I liked it, which is just the elements of watching how cops will manipulate the media and just the public in general to protect their vision of themselves that they want everyone, like to project the vision that they want everyone to see. And anytime anything happens against that will break that vision that they've kind of like tried to build up for themselves, they go into like this group preservation mode, which we see in a lot of Johhnie To movies. Like a lot of his movies are for the preservation of the group. Like that is a theme in a lot of his movies. All the people in them will be following their own rules specifically to preserve the group and what they're doing, and that's kind of what this movie's also doing. I think where this one is a little bit interesting is like I want to say before this, he's probably done stories that take into account multiple different perspectives, because we might have talked about some of them, but for the majority that we've done, at least on this podcast, it has been kind of a single perspective of a single group, and then we get a lot of different perspectives of that group. This one we have the cops, we have the robbers, and then we also have like just random ass groups of just like people like hostages and those hitmen,
basically civilian kind of.
And the hitmen just like appearing out of nowhere, basically like they're in this building by just chance. Like
that's just that I will admit that's a very confusing Johhnie To aspect.
Yes.
Like that I still love is like if you're watching it the first time, like wait, were they part of the original version? They're just like into there, like wait, why are they?
And that's what the cop thinks too. Whenever she's like writing it all down, she's like, no.
So I do appreciate that. But.
No, yeah, it's just one reason I definitely love this movie too is it flows so seamlessly. Like there is a lot of action. It's definitely one of the more action heavy ones that we've done in this series for sure. Definitely the one so far that has had the most gunfire in it as well, which Exiled will give it a run for its money in a different way, obviously. But I don't know. I kind of like the like you said, you didn't feel this one was chaotic. I think this one's chaotic in a different nature. Like it feels very structured. Mm-hmm. Like Johhnie To knows exactly what he wants to do with the scene. But like everything the characters are doing is very chaotic because this is a situation that no one was expecting to happen, basically.
That is true.
And I kind of like that nature of it. Like Johhnie To's showing you how he thinks people like this would act in a situation that's completely unexpected, almost. And I do kind of like the different group dynamics that we get to. Like it's fun watching all the groups play out because I
just wish honestly it was like more of like the cops, like especially her. Like I wish that we got way more of her and like what she's trying to do in like this terms of like, because like that concept is so interesting to me. Of like she's like, we're not only trying to solve the crime, we actually have to care about the public image side too, which is like completely.
We're trying to put on a great show.
Yeah, exactly. She says like the way she says that's great too. Because that's when like he brings in the kind of movie aspect too, where like he wants the audience to be like, oh yeah, it's like. It's very like the same as like if you're making a movie, you know, like
yes,
presenting an image like that as entertainment for people almost. And like, you know, when they like that assistant lady comes in, she's like, oh no, we have a director editing the footage right now. Like I wish there was more of that footage. Like I wish there was like Johhnie To footage of like because like, it's like I remember the shot. It's like not even that long where we get the music and like the cars are rolling in. It's like more of that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, like basically I guess that's not like maybe if the movie, but I do agree with you. It flows really well. It's like that's why I'm like that's why I've seen it 3 times. I have no problem with it. Like that's why I was okay with watching it for the podcast as well because I knew you were gonna pick it. But no, because I do appreciate the more it's got like a lot of action, but also the more conceptual kind of stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah, I also kind of I like the because we've been doing a lot of Johhnie To movies that have the same type of actors or the same actors literally in it, and this one they introduced a couple new ones. We'll actually have returning characters in these episodes or in this episode that I don't think they're in any of the other movies that we're going to be doing. So, with Nick Chung and Richie Jin, they're both in these 2 movies, and I don't think they're in any other ones that we'll be doing. So, but I guess we can go ahead and get into breaking news. I mean, the opening of Breaking News is literally one for the ages. No, it's amazing.
I mean, people say it's like Third Man inspired, right?
It's I saw
the opening,
it's Orson Welles.
Oh, you mean Touch of Evil?
Yeah,
Touch of Evil.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, Touch of Evil.
Yeah, I think Stephen Tao in the book I was reading, he literally said that no one has kind of attempted something like this since a Touch of Evil, basically, like this opening scene that just sets up
Robin the player. Okay, but if you're talking about specifically the bomb.
With the explosion part. But honestly, the player...
But literally, like, it's like the opening tracking shot, but it also mentions Touch of Evil, because it's kind of like...
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
I need to watch the player again, honestly.
Yeah, we've done that for the pod.
Honestly, if I don't know what quality you watch, but maybe there's a restored version of this, too.
I just watched the one on Criterion.
Yeah, me too.
It looks good. It looks amazing.
Actually, I don't even know if I watched the one on Criterion.
Damn. Because it's in HD. I
mean... Damn. But still... That would help. That would help a little bit.
That would help.
Here's what it looks like.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but this opening scene, like, it's just... I think Danny and I mentioned this whenever we were talking about Throwdown last week, but he has these moments that he calls cinephile moments that he kind of just puts in there for the cinephiles, basically. Yeah. And this is definitely one of those. Like, he's just flexing his muscle and what he can, like, kind of achieve with... just something like that, like a concept like this, kind of like Orson Welles did, I guess, in Touch of Evil. But I mean, it's fucking amazing. Like, it literally sets up basically all the groups that we'll be seeing in this movie. I'm not going to go through it all because explaining the scene would be a disservice to the actual scene.
Also,
but
sorry,
no, you good.
You could honestly make a lot of comparisons between this and Touch of Evil too. Because Touch of Evil is a lot about like. The police like trying to establish authority and like creating fictions and kind of like manipulating the situation to like kind of protect themselves. Damn, we should do Touch of Evil. Maybe.
We do need to do Touch of Evil.
It's a great.
We need to do Orson Welles in general. Though. Someone needs to pick them soon.
We haven't done a Welles movie before.
We haven't.
We have not. Yeah.
I mean, maybe we should do like a Ford and Welles episode once, like for one of our breaks.
If I don't do Ford.
Okay, but there's a lot of Ford. That's not Ford. Actually, we have done Ford, so never mind.
Oh, okay, yeah. It would have to be like a Wells and like...
Rancho Notorious.
Okay. Hold up.
There's a lot of.
I'm putting that in my notes. Hold up.
But which one?
Future episode.
Okay, this. Yeah, we're on topic. Yeah, we're talking about future.
Sorry.
Hey, anywhere we can get them, you know.
I mean, obviously the big thing that happens in this is the gunfire, or the gunfight breaks out in the streets. And something interesting that Johhnie To actually said about this movie is he cast, like, Nick Chung and Richie Jin, they're not really action stars. He said this was the first like gunfire or gunfight scene that either of them had filmed before. And it's literally like one of the most intricate like ones you could actually think of, kind of. But he said they kind of liked it because he just told them to act like they were acting in front of the camera because the camera's still going to be rolling, obviously. So, but they obviously do a great job in this movie. But I think the sequence is like 7 minutes. It's basically like 7 minutes of the entire opening.
It's like, yeah, it's around there.
And it ends whenever the gunmen drive away in the ambulance after literally like wrecking shit up, man.
Yeah. Also, it's funny when like the police officer gets his like hat blown off or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, that's actually the next one because that's where the end of the opening scene happens, and then you get like their confrontation kind of in the street where they are chasing them down, and we get the theme of the movie, the cops' image, or the cops trying to protect their image, because we do see, like Luke just said, a cop raise his hands and surrender to the cops or to the robbers.
Honestly, it's like the opposite problem in America, which is actually kind of another like funny problem. It's like the cops having too little weapons. To do anything. Like it's like the exact opposite. Cops are like fucking giving all the guns AR-15s. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Fucking have tanks on the streets. So they say it's crazy.
It literally is though.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's funny. It's like it's the opposite problem. Like there's the cops are still worried about public image things, but it's like they're worried about like how do we make it look like we can actually protect the public, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's the problem here. Like the cop like just raises his hands.
Like how?
And he makes a good point too. Like when they interview the cop later, and he's like, they don't give us like enough to like protect ourselves. Basically, they tell us like, and I have a family at home, you know, like. I knew if I didn't raise my hand here, I would have got shot. Like
they give a very believable.
Because I think we see him shoot the other guy.
The other guy, and I'm pretty sure he's the other guy in the video also. That's in the hospital bed or whatever. That had been passed out for a while.
So technically that guy didn't die too. But these criminals are basically, like they're basically murdered. Like they're.
Oh yeah, no, that's something Johhnie To like. I mean, he just obviously, as always, he just drops us in with these people. We don't know anything about them, which we never really learn anything about the robbers, which I kind of love about this movie too.
Actually, that is
like I love that about the robbers and the hitmen. We're literally just dropped in with both of them, and we're just like, okay.
Actually, I think that's the other thing that adds to the conceptual element. Where because these are not people like with personalities per se, like they have like you can kind of get the kind of people they are, but based only on their actions, like a Johhnie To theme. But there's so much like there's no backstories really. Like one guy's like slightly nicer just by the way they like treat the kid, you know, or something. But like there's like no like information on like I guess one of the hitman is like we get some information about he has a son or something.
Yeah,
or
something.
But like, it's not important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, literally not important.
It's like that makes me think it's more about. That's why the concept can like more shine. You know, it's true about the cops too. We don't learn nothing about them.
Yes, we learn nothing about the cops.
There's not like one scene where she's like, "Oh, my husband's at home" or something, or "I have a kid." You know, there's nothing like that. So
no,
it's
I
like
mean
all about just like what's going on screen.
Yes,
you know,
and one thing that you could say about the female cop, at least, like she doesn't have obviously a husband at home or anything, but we do get like that. There's something going on with her and Simon Yam.
That's true.
Because that is a point. Yeah. That's a point that even the robber or the head robber Richie Jin makes. He's like you're. But
I will say even that's basically ignored.
It
for the rest of the movie. Like it's not like brought back at the end where like they meet up or something. And he's like, "I'm proud of you." It's like it's like ignored. Like
no, it is.
It doesn't even have to be there. Like even for Johhnie To, I'm surprised it's even there. Honestly.
It's such a funny scene though, because I mean that's kind of where we're at. Because after that, the cops are watching the news on the TV of what just happened, and Rebecca gets a text on her phone saying "meeting now," and that's just their meeting of what they should do. And she lays out, or like Simon Yam's taking, which obviously Simon Yam's gonna be in both these episodes, or both the movies this week. Love this man. But he's the head of the police department basically, and he's just taking ideas from everyone. This is where Rebecca throws out like images matter most, so we need to put on a great show for the public to change their perception of us basically. And then it's just like I honestly think he put this in here just to be hilarious, because I laugh so hard whenever Simon Yam just like walks in to her office with that like love song playing or whatever. Like it's an English love song playing in the score behind him. And it's just so fucking funny. I don't know.
I remember I don't know why is it so funny though.
I don't know. It's just hilarious just watching him just like walk in slowly to like this love song playing after what we just watched.
I was gonna say the funniest part to me because I'm noticing a theme with he loves Simon Yam pointing at people.
He definitely does.
He points at her at this scene too. My favorite one's the PTU one we talked about where he's like pointing at that.
He has a good one in Exiled.
Yes,
too.
he does. Oh, he's so good in Exile too. It's like
he's so sinister.
This is why they invent best supporting actor roles for the Oscars, just for how good he is. Like when he comes in, okay, we'll get to Exile.
We're gonna clip that so Dan, we can say Danny's pro Oscar.
Well, just if he got the award, yeah. But.
I mean, there are so many best supporting actors in Johhnie To movies, though. Like all of them.
No, but this one's a special. Like actually, he plays that role a lot. Like
he does, yes.
No, he's so good, but he's barely in this one.
No,
so
yeah, he's literally he has. I think the credits literally have just like special appearance by Simon Yam. That's how little he's in it, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, after they make their plan to put on a great show, basically, and we do cut to Nick's unit just eating sweet potatoes. Which this is another thing that I kind of like about this movie because we're just going through based on like bullet points because there's just a lot of shit that happens. Just like a lot of just like action shit kind of that happens, but there is a lot of these like moments in the movie where the people are just like eating together with the group or they're just like chilling out for a second, which I really love because this is one of those moments where they're just eating sweet potatoes.
It makes it give like the real time nature of it. Like this is
Yeah.
all like happening during like
It's happening in
course of
one
the
day. Yeah.
It's like a long day too because I have to eat multiple times and stuff. There's even like it is a cool like Johnnie To eating moment where we get the dinner scene and then also the cops like
Yes.
like oh this is the best meal
It's
I've
like
ever had. But
this is allegedly the best meal the cops have ever provided.
Which is also kind of like a jab at them because like it takes like the criminals
Yes.
to have a good meal for the cops to actually get a good meal too, and it's like
It's
all for
definitely a
show,
jab.
too.
It's definitely a jab.
So I do like that part. But.
Yeah, I think there is something else. I guess just about like he does like he doesn't like show any backstory for basically anyone in this movie, but he does I feel like judge the cops more so than the robbers and hitmen because they're like his judgment on them is kind of like how we see the end of the movie, like they all die. Whereas his judgment on the cops I do think is more harsh in this movie just because they're alive and still committing this corruption basically or what he considers corruption. So because a lot of times Johhnie To doesn't like morally judge his characters, but I do think he does that with the cops in his movies at the very least. So but
I can see that. It's more about their like what they're doing, trying to manipulate the media or use the media, for manipulation. The criminals don't really do it as a reaction. It kind of seems like. Yeah,
so basically like that, or this is kind of their last resort because this movie also has the two sides of the same coin thing that Johhnie To likes to implement in his movie. The entire elevator scene is basically that. So, but we do now have just a long section of the movie kind of devoted to them trying to locate where the robbers are hiding out, and I do kind of just love everything that happens in this because it's just a lot of these transitionary moments that we've kind of talked about with Johhnie To, where it's just a lot of people driving around Hong Kong, just like looking up at the buildings and just like saying like, oh, if I was the robber, this is where I'd hide or something like that. Like it's just a lot of that stuff that I really like. We also just get like funny moments with just like the old officer farting and shit. But
there's a good Jules Dass movie that kind of like has this like similar vibe. It's called what's it called? Hold on, I'm looking it up right now. Sorry,
the Fifi.
The Naked City.
I've heard of that.
Because it's about like New York. It's like I think it's maybe the first film ever shot on location in New York.
Oh, sure.
It's like about these like cops having to like find like doing a manhunt like throughout this like huge. Obviously, New York is like fucking huge, and it's like about like them like. The troubles of like doing that like in such a big city, like trying to find one person. So it just reminds me of that.
I had to watch Jules Dass. I think you brought him up on a recent podcast also.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
I mean, Nine in the City is like one of my favorite films ever made.
Okay, that's one.
That's an incredible.
I think it might be rapid fire questions, honestly, that you mentioned them, but.
I mean, if you want to add another movie, Blake,
Got a lot of break episode ideas.
If you want another old Hollywood movie to watch, that I want you to watch.
Yeah, Luke referencing that I watched Rio Bravo this week.
I mean, we gotta get you watching movies again. I got a movie for you to watch. Wait, have you seen? Dang, yeah, you have. You've seen Angel, right?
Yeah, I love Angel.
Yeah, okay,
I've seen like 2 times.
No, because I rewatched that after Rancho Notorious. I forgot. Because I was like, I need to rewatch something with Marlene Dietrich.
It's incredible.
But honestly, yeah, she's incredible. But Angel is way more of a Lubitsch movie than.
Oh well, yeah. But I'm saying like Angel's incredible though.
Yeah, no,
okay,
yeah, she is. But yeah, off topic again.
Sorry. It's normal at this point.
No, I forgot to tell you that. I should have told you that.
No, we do kind of what you would say almost signals that we're going to be starting this kind of like mission soon is like we have the cops just sitting here smoking cigarettes, and as Nick Chung, the main cop, is smoking his cigarette, he kind of like puts it down, and then Johhnie To cuts to the robber putting down his cigarette as well, and then we just have a scene of the robbers kind of just like talking about their plans on how like they're going to be performing another heist, because this is the most dangerous moment, but also the most logical moment, because the cops won't be expecting them to do another one right now. And then after they say that, it cuts back to Nick learning basically where they are and telling Rebecca where they are, and then we see the cops mobilizing at the precinct and everything. Some pretty cool shots. Like another thing in this movie, I mean, Johhnie To, he's great at filming like large groups, but I feel like, I mean, I guess we did do that in Throwdown. Like Throwdown has a lot of like large group action, but this one's like, you see so many of the police, like just police officers in like one shot, just lining up perfectly. I just kind of like that shit, but yeah. So as the police are mobilizing, Nick's group is getting into the building to confront the suspects, and they do actually find 2 immediately on the stairwell and start firing at them, and the gunfight breaks out. And this just kind of starts we're going to be in this building essentially the rest of the movie. So, and I'm not sure exactly when we get in this building.
This is where it becomes like the raid I was saying.
Yeah,
like
basically.
Building, and they're like going up the floors.
Yeah, they're just sweeping floors, like clearing it out, basically. But yeah, like this starting with with these 2 suspects that are basically out of the room means that they have to split up. And so now we have 2 suspects split up, or 2 of the robbers are split up with just like going in separate directions, basically. And we do see, like, as they split up, the cops do enter the room that they were supposed to be in, and like a giant explosion happens, and we do get a lot of great shots just from outside the building anytime an explosion happens, of just like just people from ground's eye view looking up. I guess it's kind of just more of that media element that he's trying to go for, just like trying to make you feel like you're there almost. But this is also like whenever the bomb goes off, it's like the first instance of the split shot happening in the movie, where he shows one side of the screen showing a completely different scene than the other side of the screen. Which I feel like this isn't used that much in cinema. I know that Wes Anderson did in Asteroid City, but I can't think.
I mean,
of
honestly, the Mission has my favorite one where he does this with when they're all loading the guns and stuff.
Yes, dude.
I think there's like 3 or 4 different.
All those swipes.
Yes, all those swipes, but like multiple ones, like all of them are loading the guns at the same time.
No, that one's amazing.
No, but this one's different because it's like 2 different like scenes.
It's telling like parallel storylines almost.
Yeah. Honestly, I wish you would lean into it more. Like,
I kind of do too, because I do like these movies a lot. It's just a lot to watch.
It's a little more expressionist than just
it
those
is.
little certain moments.
It's a lot more conceptual than the rest of the movie too. But yeah, after that, it's basically just like a full-on hunt for these men, as 2 of them hide very funnily in Lamb Suit's room, because Lamb Suit is being an idiot. Like, the cops told all the tenants to
right
hide in
before
the
that
rooms.
scene is the scene where we get like the movie footage too. It's like,
oh, is that right before?
Yeah, it's like right before the Lamb Stewart scene, where she's like, I also get the movie director to edit the footage.
Oh yes,
they talk about it anyway.
That's true.
I don't know if the footage.
Actually,
they do show it too.
I was reading my notes wrong, because we are introduced to 2 separate groups after the explosion goes off. We see Lamb Suit and his kids, and then we see the 2 other hitmen that are just there.
Yes, that's where these like 2 other who are these people?
Yes, exactly. Just these 2 random guys.
Yeah.
But then we get the scene that you were just talking about.
We already brought it up.
Amazing scene of just like literally kind of what cops do. Like they'll get people like
basically
this.
Cops using the media.
Yes,
or like having good relations with the media. So
well, I mean, like just think about it. Like this is what Michael Bay does sometimes. Like
Wait, what?
I bet you Michael Bay has done a military ad.
Like,
before.
okay, maybe I can see it. Honestly,
If not, the Transformers are military ads. So
they also kind of anti-military, but I don't want to go there though.
not in this episode.
Not on this episode.
In this essay, I will explain
What's our debating
how Michael Bay's an anti.
No, because he also made like 13 hours and shit. So.
Oh yeah,
He did.
But he's more interesting than just like pure his
Pure
Transformers movies
propaganda.
actually have criticisms of like the army too and the government, but
They do.
that's why he's like such a weird director. But
They have
because they're very anti-cop, like all the Decepticons are purely like.
They're all the cops.
Yeah. Okay. Why? How do we even get to this right now?
It's
Because like it has one of my favorite Michael Bay moments where there's like a Decepticon where it says "Protect and Serve" and like the Protect and Serve cops, but it's like the Decepticon and it's just like running through these buildings, like these houses.
Even that ambulance too.
Or is it ambulance?
No,
that's a
It's-
Transformers.
it's
But
a
in ambulance too,
Transformers.
there's a
something
bunch of like
that.
shit that gets blown up because the cops, and there's
Yeah.
like then he cuts to like a protect and serve.
Yes,
like,
yeah,
close up.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's a cap. No, okay.
I don't know. Those
I feel you can start
military
some good
guys.
Twitter drama from that.
He's definitely got some of the kind of Johhnie To at least. Like the cops are bad as well. Like,
Some of it, yeah. He likes the. I think he likes the military a little more than you think.
Do you know the big one, like or something like?
okay, let's get back to Lamsuit.
I mean, yeah. Let's get back to Lancet. Yeah, because after we watched the edited footage of the cops, which is cool. Like Dave said, it would have been nicer that if it was a little bit longer, shows the process of them actually like. If Johhnie To was in this movie, like editing the footage, that would have been fucking amazing.
Or if we actually saw like a more Johhnie To edited kind of footage, you know, like it would have just kind of made it funny, like this. It's not even real. Like this would never be like real cop footage. It's like more just like a Johhnie To, like these cops like come in street lights or something.
It would have been just like a PTU or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, where'd you get this guy?
But yeah, after we watched that footage, it does cut to Lamsoot coming out of his apartment stupidly after we like see two of the robbers just like on his apartment level, and it's just really funny because he's walking out because they're like, the cops told us to stay inside, and he's like, oh, Daddy's been alive a lot longer than you. Cops are stupid. Yeah. And they just immediate gun to the face from the two robbers outside.
Is it this movie where his name's Fat?
No, that's the next movie.
Oh, that's the next movie. Okay.
Well, she's named Fat in a lot of his movies. This one, his name is Lin.
That's some real hater
Yin.
shit.
This one, his name's Yip. Yip. Yeah.
Maybe a character Fat is just crazy. Like him.
All the time in his movies.
Big
All the
hater.
time. All the time.
That's some real hater.
Fathead, Fat, Porky Pig. I think he's called Porky Pig in Exiled too, actually. But but yeah, like I honestly love Lamsoot is like he's amazing in all Johhnie To's movies. He's amazing in this movie. But I love this apartment that they're in with the robbers for the majority of the rest of the movie. These are some of my favorite scenes just in this apartment. But it is really funny because the two that walk in are obviously the head robber and then his probably like right hand man, you would say. And his right hand man chases the daughter into the room, and all you hear is like Lamsoot go like, "Please don't kill my daughter. She's Christian." And then the guy goes like, "What does that matter?" He's like, "I don't know. I'm just speaking out the back of my head." I don't know. It's just great shit.
You're just hoping that the guy's Christian or something.
It's like, please no. But the only thing they tell Lamsoot that he needs to do to cooperate with them, because Lamsoot's saying like, "Oh, I'll cooperate with you. Just don't kill us." Basically, is turn on the news. That's all they want him to do. So he does. And then, as we see that, we just get a cut back to the cops, Nick's group specifically, escorting some people down from the 9th floor. And as they're doing that, there's a lot of just like swiping back and forth to like different storylines, because like we see Richie calling the other group that split off on a cell phone, and Nick hears the ringtone, and it just starts a really cool scene, kind of similar to PTU, but this time there's actually like opposing groups on a stairwell, but because it obviously starts a gunfight between his group and then the two that are still on the 10th floor. And this is an interesting part where we get like cut back to, I think, Rebecca again, where she's just basically saying like, "Oh, I told him to like leave or whatever," but she's using all the information he's giving to give them a better idea of where everyone is, because she says to like 9th floor and up to criminals or whatever are on the 9th floor and up. And then we don't know where the other ones are yet, so at least they don't.
Is this where she's like, call his boss and get him fired?
Yes.
Like, wait, right now?
Yeah, another guy's like, are you sure that's the best situation to do, or the best thing to do right now? But, we do just have like great shots of everyone searching for things. Like that's one reason why I was pushing back with Danny on this not looking visually great, because they're like, even though it's like not nighttime, it's still dark corridors. Like, even though it's daylight outside, there's still a lot of darkness in these hallways. Like, these cops are still just, like, searching around for these robbers. There's a lot of shadows and shit. I don't know. I still think it looks amazing. But things are just moving, obviously. Like, Lampstead's getting a call from his aunt, who just kind of, like, scolds him over the phone before he says, like, shut up, mind your own business, and hangs up. And then you just get, like, the other robber just kind of, like, laughing at him. But this does kind of lead to the bigger thing that happens, which is the two hitmen who are getting escorted out with every other tenant in the building. They kind of like bump up against a cop, and then one of the cops says, hey, stop right there. Assuming that he feels a gun, maybe. Like, I don't know. It just felt, I don't know. It's unclear how the cop pointed these guys out, but he tells them to stop.
Maybe they just look like gangsters for everyone else.
I mean, that's also fair. They do definitely look different.
I think they are taller than everyone else.
They definitely are, especially the main one.
Yeah.
The main one's definitely like this, like... He's a suave hitman.
He looks
I'll
out
just
of
say
place.
that.
Yeah, he looks out
I'll
of
just say that, but yeah, this starts like a gunfight between the two hitmen outside and the cops, and it leads the two robbers in with Lampstead to think that's their two friends when in reality it's not, and so they open the door, save them. We do get the little gas canister thrown out, because this will be coming back later, where they shoot and make the cops retreat. But whenever they close the door, it's just like all four of them. And I think one of the robbers just says, we rescued the wrong people. And then just all the guns get drawn at each other. So, they obviously like put those down eventually. But we do cut to Rebecca and saying, I think to Simon Yam over the phone, that they're putting on a great show. And it has been a great show for me so far. But they also in the scene say that they're going to edit the footage of the explosion to make it look like the cops force the suspects to retreat into the apartments.
This is where we get like most like she's like openly admitting to like kind of like manipulating, because like basically they lost this battle in a way, but she's like, we'll just edit it and make it look like we'll cut it before we see the bad part, basically. Yeah, we'll edit it to make it look like we won. And that's why I say like when the robbers are just reacting, because after they see this on the news, they're like, wait, that's actually not what happened. Yeah. I don't know how they have footage of their... that's what I'm thinking. Like, were they recording what happened too on their side? Yeah, that's at least what it's assumed, because he had his phone out and was apparently recording. See, that's what it's like. I'm like, what? When did that happen? Like, when did they have time to do that shit? Whenever he was throwing the thing out and shooting it. Because, like, it seems like they only get the idea after they see it on the news. Like, we could put the whole footage on. It would have made more sense if, like, they were doing it too the whole time. Like, yeah. Basically, like if they were like a Twitch streamer doing it. There's a few things that happen in this movie where I don't understand, because the other thing is the hostages. Whenever they all like walk down with the grenades around, I'm just like, how'd they get all the tenants on the 8th floor to have blankets with the grenades tied around them? Yeah, the others. Yeah, because they're all the tenants, and I'm just I guess maybe it's assumed they're talking to the other robbers. Maybe the other make them do it as well. Yeah, maybe the other. I think that's what that's assumed. I don't know. But yeah, like, they do have that idea, obviously, after they see the news, because I love, like, Richie Jin's face in this movie, kind of, especially in this moment, because he's just, like, kind of, like, smiling whenever he sees the news, and he's just telling the other hitman, he's like, we're gonna edit together our footage, and he says, this is a psychological battle. Like, see, I like that, too. They know. That is kind of, like, it's an interesting idea, too, like, even if, like, it's maybe kind of a little bit off topic, like, even just war in general, like, how are wars fought? It's, like, because, like, with nukes and stuff now, it's, like, yes, they're fought on battlefields, but they're also fought, like, how can you win public perception, like, especially for America, you're like, how far can they actually go? Can we go without the public not knowing what we're doing, you know? Like, that's basically their line now. It's, like, how much can we get away with? Because basically America is, like, it's that kind of idea, like... It is. Basically... Like, there's one war of, like, what the public knows, and there's, like, another thing, like, actually what's going on. Yeah. And those two things can be totally different, and if you can manipulate one to, like, such a large degree, like, you can... Yeah. That's, like, a huge advantage versus if you can't, you know?
And it used to be easier. And I think that's what Johnnie To shows in this movie pretty well, is that it did used to be easier, because this movie, it's not as easy for the cops to protect their image as it used to be.
See, the thing is, like, yes, to a certain... Yeah, maybe, like... At the same time, I still think America hides a lot of shit from us, like especially overseas.
Yeah,
that's why I'm bringing more. But even the cops get away with a lot of shit too. They wear body cams now, but like that's probably true. It's like harder for them to do that now versus like imagine what cops are doing 50 years ago. Yeah. That's crazy. But yeah, they still have a lot of. But like that brings up that I like that psychological aspect.
Yes,
it's like it means more like. That public perception thing, it's not just about like what's actually going on, literally on this battle they're taking place, Yeah,
and it's definitely it seems like at least this guy has been thinking about that the entire time, because even though we don't get backstories as to why these guys are robbers or like what they're robbing or heisting or whatever, he has multiple lines of like he used to respect the cops, essentially. So I don't know, he might just be doing this to literally put one over on them, kind of like, you guys aren't as good as you think you are in this, but I don't know, we never know, obviously, but but
then that's basically where they decide to like use this kid to upload the footage.
I
also like that. I like the idea of like being honest, like these especially what movie year did this come out?
2004, yeah.
Yeah, like none of the adults would have any idea how to use the internet.
Nope.
Like, so that's actually still kind of true now, but like.
Well, Lamb Soot doesn't know how to do anything in this movie.
Yeah, like,
so.
He doesn't know how to cook. Like, it's crazy.
His kids take care of him, basically. But yeah, like that's the big thing here is they obviously get the footage to the news. The news plays the footage, and Rebecca's watching, and she from this knows that they have access to the internet, so she says to hack their computer. And this is where we get her talking with Richie for the first time. And I kind of like... He basically is just saying to her kind of what everyone is thinking at this moment. Like, you're just trying to protect your own image. Like, you don't really care what's happening. You're just wanting to put on a good show, essentially. He doesn't say that, but he does say at one point, he says, "Do all pretty babes tell lies?" And then she responds with, "We just speak on different channels." I don't know. It's just an interesting little moment, but... He gets the one up on her, at least in this moment, obviously, because they did win this one, you could say. But
and I guess we don't know now, but it's going to come back, like, this whole last scene. Maybe that's true. Another thing, maybe, like, I completely forget about this last scene.
Which one?
Like, when they're on the bus, and then, like, this kind of shootout at the end. Like, it feels so out of place. It's like
I don't forget about it just because the blue filter goes really hard, honestly.
I'll give you that. But it just,
it looks very unique.
Like, when I remember this movie, I think of all the stuff in the building. Like, I kind of forget this whole last stuff. Like... It just feels like more normal narrative, kind of like I'm surprised he even has it in there. I could see a Johhnie To movie taking place on a bus or like that kind of idea, but like
he has a lot of buses. He has a lot of buses.
But like the whole movie takes place like in a hostage situation like that or something. Like that'd be interesting.
We talked about buses and Throwdown last week. Come on, man.
That's true.
No, Stephen Tao in his book brings up how he thinks that he puts basically the female being a hero at the end. As a add-on, kind of, to the ending of PTU, where the female was not a hero, basically. Like, he was trying to, like, redeem that side, at least, of the police force.
If that's not there, she looks kind of like an idiot, too, like, at the end of PTU.
Yeah, something like... Well, he gives her, like, action. He gives her, like... Like, she goes above and beyond, just like you could say, like, Nick is doing in his job in this one.
See, I don't like that. See, that reminds me of, like... I was complaining about this with Sydney Sweeney on the Boys episode, where it's, like, it just feel like they had to have this action like moment for her at the end.
This one fits way more with the movie though, because what I do really like what he tells her at the end. He's like, if it was up to me, I would cast you as my leading lady, and he gets shot.
Because I like that where like I was bringing up the Johhnie To wants you to think of it as a movie,
Yes,
like, this show as a movie, that kind of idea. That's why I love Romance in Thin Air.
Oh yes.
Where that movie kind of that whole movie shifts on a certain scene.
It does.
Yeah, but
Luke's gonna. I hope you like that movie, Luke. I think you will. So
I want to watch his rom-com movies and be like, oh yeah, he's a great rom-com director. He also made some action movies too.
He also made some action movies.
I mean, I'm sure
there are people that say that probably.
Yeah, I want to be one of those people.
Or rom-com and like just weird movie comedies. He's got some weird comedies.
Johhnie To, the comedy director.
What's that one you watched this or you logged it this week?
Fat Choice Spirit.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's an amazing movie. You would love that movie too. That's
Fat Choice Spirit.
I honestly believe it's probably the second best gambling movie I've seen behind California Split.
But you didn't even pick it.
Well, it's because I didn't watch it.
Oh, you hadn't seen it.
I hadn't seen it before we started, which I probably would have picked it if we did. But
I
also don't know.
Blind Spots one.
That one would be hard for me to do until I know more about Mahjong. I vibe with that movie, but I feel like if I knew Mahjong, it would work on an entirely different level. But
maybe we got to learn Mahjong and then have a Mahjong episode.
That
would be fun. We do Edward Yang's too. Mahjong.
Well, that's not really about Mahjong at all.
Aren't they playing Mahjong?
Well, the movie's about like capitalism.
But what if we knew Mahjong? Would we understand it? Would we be like, oh, there's another level that we don't understand?
But it's not like. But it's more like it's like a romance capitalism movie.
Then why did you title it though?
I don't remember.
Because that's what Mahjong.
But you don't know the game. So.
I played it before.
Oh, so you
like when I was like really young.
Okay,
you're talking like, bro. You know where I live?
Okay, let me put it this way. Like, what if there was a game movie called like The Chess Players, but it was like a romance. It was like a love triangle or something, and you're like, oh, it makes sense if you know about like chess. Like,
they don't really like. I just don't remember them ever like Mahjong being at all in that movie.
I haven't seen it, so I'll just.
Like I'm pretty sure it's
I don't
like
remember
it's just like
that movie, so I have seen it, but
cause it's like about like.
I'm sure there's some other movies that we could pick if that's not a good one.
It's like
there are definitely other ones.
I mean, we could do Mahjong. Just got restoration too.
It did.
Yeah.
Being way better quality than the last time I watched it.
No, it was terrible quality last time I watched it.
I mean, the next thing that happens in breaking news is the best scene in the movie, in my opinion, is the dinner scene that Luke kind of brought up earlier, which is as one of his favorite scenes too. It starts with the Dar doing her homework, which I also just think is hilarious because the kids are just like I don't find kids as annoying in Johhnie To movies as I do in a lot of movies, and I think it's partially because they're acting like kids would. Like they are.
Yes, but they are also not annoying. Like
exactly.
Like they're not like holding back the plot. In any way.
No,
that's why I think he's doing this on purpose. Where Lam Suet's the dumb one.
Yes,
I think that's on purpose because normally the kids would be the dumb one. In these
and this one, they're the competent ones.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's the one that
they understand the situation. Which one of the robbers actually says.
That's actually a really good way you put it. That because like the kids are usually the ones that don't understand the situation. So as the audience, especially for me, it's so annoying to watch them because it's like we already know the situation as an audience member. Like, so why they're just like it's like they're just added for tension a lot of the time.
Yes,
you know, that's like annoying tension to me. But yeah, I hadn't even thought about it. Yeah, because they're kind of just in the background. I do like, they're more like just. Not like in the way, I guess.
They're kind of just the moral center of the movie, you could say, almost.
Yes, it is kind of sweet. Like she just starts doing her homework. She's like, "In case I survive."
In case I survive. But yeah, this leads to one of the hitmen basically getting mad because he's hungry.
Yes.
And they decide to cook dinner. Which first lamps to they're like, "Can you cook?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can cook."
I think one of them implies like he's probably getting mad at the girl too because like he can't do math like or something. I don't know. Like,
I mean, that'd be funny too, actually.
But yeah. Like, why is he getting so mad at this girl fucking doing homework too? Like, he gets so pissed off at her.
He does for no reason, honestly.
Yeah,
just because he's hungry. Though.
Yeah, I mean that is a good reason if you're like fucking starving. But
like, shut up, kid. No, but yeah, they do ask Lam Suet like, "Hey, can you cook?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can cook." And they like electrocutes himself in the kitchen, and the kids are like, "Oh yeah, we usually do all the cooking." Yeah. So the Richie and the head hitman they go and do the cooking together. It's a great scene of them too because they're just like,
it's just cute.
It's very cute.
It is. It's like it's the most romantic like way he films it too. Like
it is.
Is there some music playing?
There is some music playing. It's just the normal score, I think, but it is.
Like
it's
how close
relaxing.
the camera is to their faces and stuff.
Yes.
Like, they're talking about like what they want to do with the money.
He's like, what would you do if you weren't a robber or something like that? And he was like, oh, I actually was going to build a restaurant. He's like, would you believe me if I said the same thing?
Yeah.
And then it's just like a nice like moment of like peace before like chaos.
Exactly. It's like one of these like
the
food kind of like does bring that in this movie because I already mentioned that kind of earlier with the sweet potatoes, but this is definitely a longer scene, and I even have that in my notes where it's just like a long scene put in of just like a break.
I mean, it has two of my favorite lines of Johhnie To movies. Like this scene, this is a great scene because it's like one of them says, "My mind is especially clear when I'm cooking."
That's Richie.
And then when they're at the table,
Lam Suet's quote.
Is it his quote where he says, "It's destiny that we can dine."
Oh no, that's the hitman.
Yeah, it's the main. Yeah, it's the hitman.
The
I love
hitman
that line
says
too.
that
because like it's such a random. Like it's literally you said these three different groups.
Yes.
That like it's like it's a Johhnie To theme of coincidence that we've talked about where he just like believes in that. You know, you don't have to have some like greater plot explanation for why they ended up together. It just feels like random. You know.
Yeah, it feels like fate.
Yeah, or destiny. Like
or destiny.
But yeah, that's why it does feel like such a sweet moment.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, my favorite quote from this is Lamb Soot saying, "Not everybody gets to eat food prepared by Mr. Kill and Mr. Robert."
Yeah, see, that's also true. That's a great line. Yeah, exactly. Because like there's like nothing leading up to that scene that expects that scene to happen.
No, literally nothing.
What I mean? And
it's like it's kind of like it's humanizing the criminals, kind of how Rebecca will literally say in the next scene, like, "Oh, we need to humanize the cops for the media too, because the media needs to realize that cops are not robots. Basically, they're humans as well." Because that is what she says. It cuts to the cops watching the great feast prepared by the two criminals.
There is it's an interesting thing where he does like try to humanize the criminals more, because like I think he does it on purpose, where they cook everything, all the dinners, and then he randomly gets the idea. He's like, "Oh, let me put this. We should report this too." Versus like it being like all manufactured. You know, versus,
like it is with the cops.
Yeah, well, she's like, "Oh, they know how to put on a good show," and that's when they decide to start doing everything.
Whenever it didn't start,
that's why it feels like the criminals, like the way it happens, just feels way more authentic.
Yeah.
You know? Versus like the cops are just trying to put on a show. But like if at the beginning of the criminal is like, "Oh, we should start cooking and make it look like we're doing a family thing," you know, then it would feel more fake, you know.
Yeah, because I mean, Rebecca definitely says that in this movie, in this scene. She says like they're putting on a great show, and then later on in the movie, she says basically the same thing. Like the show's over, and then the guy's like, "Oh, is this still a show to you, or is this a show? Is this only a show to you, or something?" Yeah. So, because that is an interesting point. Like I didn't even really think about it like that. Like they literally just kind of started cooking because that's what they wanted to do. Like they wanted to feed each other. Yeah. And then they had the idea afterwards.
That's what I was saying. It feels like more authentic just because of that, versus like if it happened at the beginning, you know.
It does. But yeah,
it's
that's
just funny. Like maybe that's why the movie's a little more uneven. Like because the criminals at the beginning are supposed to be like just like cold-blooded killers. You know, they're just like shooting any cop. It's like fucking.
Yes, they're doing it so smoothly. So
yeah.
So
They're just like it's like they're not thinking about it. You know, like we're shooting these people. I think we see them. Usually, you don't get like a humanizing scene once you get that. You reach that point in a movie with a criminal, like.
Well, they even killed their own friend, so that he won't give up information as well, because he's already hurt and he understood obviously, but they do kill him as well. So it is an interesting point. But yeah, like obviously the cops have their moment as well of the lunch, and I love the music playing over this lunch scene. It's just so like
that meal did look fire though.
It does, and that's what the
chicken drumstick, roast pork, duck egg, and rice. I wrote down.
Allegedly, the best food the cops have ever provided.
One of the newscasters was like, "What a feast!" Or at least that's the captions.
You said duck rice?
Duck rice? Duck eggs.
Duck egg.
But they do have.
I heard duck and rice.
Duck egg and then rice. They had rice as well.
Sounds like duck rice.
But they got roast.
Well, actually, the duck rice at Thai Basil has egg.
It does.
Like 2 types of meat, a duck egg, and rice. That's pretty fire for a lunchbox.
So I'm just thinking of Thai Basil right now.
That's crazy.
I literally had it like a week or two.
I had it yesterday.
Thai Basil.
Pepper steak. It was so.
I've only ever had the duck rice. Sorry.
I ate it so fast too. Damn.
The non-Bentonville people, you know, they're missing out. Yeah.
Thai Basil's in Fayetteville too. I think. I think there's a Thai.
If that's the case, then what the fuck have I been doing?
Yeah, I don't know what you've been doing. They're definitely a chain around here.
For some people listening, that it's like they're like, "What the fuck is Thai Basil?" Go order some Thai food, basically.
Yeah. We got some great ones around here. Yeah. But yeah, amazing scene of the cops eating lunch, obviously, as well. And I do love like the old cop just farting just comes back so much in this movie, where it's just like, "Oh, I have a weak stomach," but just a joke.
Almost like a kind of joke,
honestly.
In Good Morning.
But yeah, after that, it's kind of just the movie starts again, you could say, because it's just it cuts back to Lamb Soot's apartments, and one of the hitmen is saying there's like no more rice, and Lamb's like, "Oh, I'll go check it out," and then it cuts to like just a shot of basically the media from the ground, just like watching him hanging from the window, go like, "Oh my god," because it's like Rebecca had called Richie again, or vice versa. One of them called the other one, and they were talking again. And then like Richie just is like, hold on a moment," and then they go and basically rescue Lamb Soot out of the window. Great shots from the ground, obviously, because it's in this scene the hitman's basically like, "Watch out for snipers," and then Richie is like, they aren't going to shoot us on live TV. Not in front of all these people, basically.
And they're also pointing the gun at him too. Like if
they
do shoot, like we'll shoot him on live
yes.
TV as well. Like they're using that. Like they're basically using this live TV as a threat as well.
Definitely. Oh,
that's
100%.
kind of what I was bringing up with this war thing. Like what can you get away in public versus like behind these like doors? You know,
yes.
It's like that's why a lot of American
like if the media wasn't there, they would have probably been fine just taking the shot and letting lamps fall or something.
Yes.
So
yeah, exactly.
Also,
because we kind of did miss a scene like where I think Fong is her name. She
Rebecca.
Rebecca Fong. She also was like, because she's like, oh, we just took after the lunchbox scene. She's like, let's also show some footage of
the cop. Yeah,
all the cops, the families from, because like we need to make them look worse too. Like so, let's like show like.
Or we need to take back at least some of our image, or show like.
Or she said something like, we can make one of that cop look like a hero too.
Yeah, we can make him a hero by manipulating.
Yeah, exactly. It's like more of that kind of stuff. Like that movie would be more interesting. Like not more interesting, but I would like that too. Like how exactly they like were behind the scenes of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, which the scene of them showing that cop and his wife is just crazy because it goes like it literally like hovers over the baby for like 3 seconds basically before going back to the cop. Just like, oh my god.
Yeah, they're like really milking.
Really pulling at the heartstrings, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought that scene up because I definitely did forget to mention that, but yeah, they rescue Lamb Soot, obviously. Definitely take that moment to their advantage. And it's at this moment that Richie basically tells everyone else that he's come up with a plan. I think it's after he was talking with Rebecca, the other hitman, the main hitman. He comes up and says, he just kind of holds out his hands like this with his gun and says, we should surrender. It's the best option. And he just kind of smiles because he has they obviously have a plan with this surrender, and then Richie basically just calls the other one and say, hey, I have a plan now. And Rebecca knows that something's up because it cuts to her, and she says, tell the SDU to take action. And I think the male officer that's with her, like the older one, basically says like, is this just are you going off of a hunch? And she says yes. And he's like, okay. So they take action, and then we get this scene that I kind of mentioned earlier where to me, it kind of doesn't really make sense unless you think of it as the two killers or the two robbers on the outside, like outside the window, just went around to all the other tenants' apartments and tied them up with these grenades or some shit. But all the tenants on the 8th floor walk out of their room with blankets over them and grenades tied around them, so the cops can't do anything. Obviously, the cops start laying everyone down, and we get this great scene of Nick's group on the 8th floor as well, just kind of watching one of the last tenant doors open, all the tenants come out. And for some reason, Nick gets the idea that he should crouch down because these guys aren't really paying attention to him, and he sees the 3 of them crawling away while the others are just walking towards the cops with the blanket on. And it obviously starts another shootout. I do have there are a lot of great split shots in this scene of just the grenades, because whenever I think it's whenever one of the cops is on the 8th floor, there's someone that rolls a grenade down to him, and then we just see a grenade roll down on the hostages below as well, and then it explodes. So it's just Johnnie To kind of playing with you, which one exploded, the one on the top of the hostages, but this is basically just getting to the end of the movie because Richie and the hitman, they kind of run off to the elevator, while the 4 others, you would say, are kind of just giving them a chance to escape because there's no way that they're going to make it out of this, essentially. Because literally everyone dies except for the 2 of them.
Yeah.
And then we do get, obviously, Nick Chung. He's not giving up. He's up there at the elevator shaft while all the hostages are getting rescued down below, trying to get it open. We get this great fucking scene whenever he actually gets the elevator open of him chasing after the 2. They're on the ground, just setting up this bomb, obviously. And Johhnie To has, it's kind of reminiscent of Exiled, kind of we're going to talk about in Exiled, where it's just this. I'm assuming this is a crane shot of the elevator, but it's kind of reminiscent to Exiled on the stairs whenever they're leaving the underground clinic. It's just this really, I don't know. It's just a long shot where you can just see a lot of the screen.
Actually, yes. And this one is mostly covered in black.
Yes.
Just lit in the middle. I was actually going to bring that up because I read Daniel Corman's review on Exiled, and he brought up that shot specifically. He called it like Tati-like. Because if you think about like the shot in like Mon Uncle, you know,
okay,
kind of flat, and you're like watching the character walk down.
That actually is Tati-like,
exactly.
just way in a way different way.
That one is more because they're actually you're like basically watching the gunfight from two sides as they're like walking down, you know. But it's like almost like playful. You know?
I would
it's like
have
a
never.
dollhouse kind of.
I honestly would have never put those two together in my mind.
Yeah, no, I hadn't either. But I was like,
crazy.
it's kind of a perfect. But it's like it's opposite too because Johnnie To is like super dark and like with gunfights.
It's a completely different. It's a completely different way.
Like brightly lit, whatever. But it is similar, like that kind of flat. I don't even know how you describe that.
I don't either. Just like staging, maybe. Yeah. Great staging.
But it's like really wide shot, but it's like a dollhouse almost. You know,
kind of. Yeah,
Wes Anderson took that shot. For
also, he used a fresh dispatch. Yeah.
But yeah, in this elevator scene, we do get kind of the two sides of the same coin that Johnnie To likes to do with his movies, obviously, because whenever the cop doesn't give up, the two at the bottom are just going like, why don't you become a robber, a hired gun? And then he's at the top going like, why don't you guys become a cop? And then they all just kind of like laugh together. I don't know. It's just it's kind of just a sweet moment before the bomb gets set off, or a sweet moment in these types of movies, obviously. But after the bomb goes off, the end of the movie is kind of now here, because this ending of the movie, this is why I like. Johnnie To doesn't really use blue filters, I feel like, in a lot of his movies. I feel like in 3, if you watch 3, he definitely uses a blue filter over that sometimes, but I've definitely seen a lot of his movies. Have not seen him use the blue filter a lot. But that's why it's kind of very distinct in this one, I don't know. Because this entire last sequence, whenever Rebecca is looking for Richie, is all in blue filter. All looks really like... It's not bright, it's very dark. I don't know. Even though it's like daylight outside, it's like it still looks dark, or at least like cloudy. I don't know. I don't know.
It's more just like story wise. It feels like more like a normal Johnnie To ending.
Mm-hmm.
Like even I didn't know about the Rebecca Fong thing, but
yeah,
it kind of feels like she has to have her kind of badass ending. You know, with the chasing down the villain.
I kind of like the way she does it. But...
I was kind of hoping he got away, honestly. But,
he is awesome.
This other guy that just fucking can't die, though, is kind of crazy. Like the
Nick.
Yeah.
It definitely becomes a comedy with him just continually chasing after them.
Like, every time he gets shot, he's like... If the fact that it's like moped's like faster than this bus, too.
Yeah, no, it is great. I do like how she finds him, too. I mean, she's smart, you know. But
with the phone.
Yeah, with the phone.
Well, she kind of gets lucky, though. She just hears it on the ground. Doesn't she just hear it on the ground ringing?
Well, she sees the phone, I guess.
But it's ringing, though.
It's not ringing. It was already... they never had hung up. They had never hung up.
Oh, okay. So she's...
Because they left the line open, because he told him to leave... The other guy to leave the line open, because they would need the phone, obviously. But yeah, obviously, like, the end of the movie is the cops surrounding Richie and Rebecca as he's kind of waiting, which there has been this kind of, like these hitmen had their own, like, little backstory of they're here for this hit. Which this was a very quick little scene, like a very quick shot that in the elevator scene where the hitman drops the picture of the guy he's supposed to hit, or of the guy he's supposed to murder, and it's just this one random dude. We don't know who he is, obviously, just this one random ass guy. But Richie he had picked up that picture and put it in his pocket, and that's where he's going to now. Which I don't know why, like.
I think this is more like the heroic thing, like he's trying to get him back, like because this guy just died for him almost. Like
yeah, well, he's trying to at least like this guy's not going to be able to do it, so I'll do it for him.
And this is to me where it feels kind of fatalist too. Like he sees he's gonna like die, so he might as well try to get this one last thing for his like friend now, because they're like one moment that just happened.
Yeah, it's definitely these guys are definitely more fatalist than the cops. That's for sure. Or they're treated in more fatalist nature, which obviously because they all obviously die too. Like Johnnie To does not let them escape their fate. But yeah, the cops do surround them, and this brings kind of the show aspect around too, because as they're kind of like running around as he's waiting for the guy to come out, like Rebecca's like, "What are you doing? Like the show's over," and then he says something like, "Oh, so this is a show to you still?" And he's like, "And we're the bad guys." And whenever the guy that he's supposed to perform the hit on ends up walking out, he misses. Obviously,
Yeah,
he doesn't
that
kill him.
actually makes it like sting worse.
It does sting. It does sting. We should be rooting for these robbers, obviously.
No, yeah,
but...
that is true. That is true. But you're like kind of hoping like
exactly.
he did all of this is for like his friend, you know.
Well, and this guy deserves it because the hitman is not a bad guy, you know. Like that guy was such a suave
exactly.
gentleman.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't know. Like he can't be a bad guy.
That is kind of funny. You're like, oh damn, all that for nothing.
Yeah. But yeah, after he misses, obviously, they're just kind of on the ground. He does get shot real quick by Nick, which I do love the shots because this guy hasn't given up, obviously. Like, even whenever he got knocked off the motorcycle, got shot off the motorcycle, he hasn't given up. We see him in long shot just, like, run across the frame behind something and point his gun. Like, it's just very funny to me. But he does end up shooting Richie. But before he actually kills him, he does just point the gun at Rebecca, hoping, or maybe not even hoping that she raised her hands, but he does ask her, like, why don't you raise your hands? And then she's like, I'm not going to. Like, the show is still on. Like, it's still a show, basically. Like, I'm not going to give you that. And he basically says what I said earlier, like, if I could choose, I would cast you as my leading lady. And then he just points his gun there, fires twice, and then I think Nick shoots him dead, basically. So,
I mean, I guess he doesn't emphasize it, but maybe she doesn't raise her hand because of the beginning scene with the cop that raised.
Oh no, that's definitely like why.
I hadn't even thought about it until right now.
Yeah,
like,
that's definitely why
would
she
say
doesn't.
Yeah, because she's like, yeah, damn, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, she's still putting on a show, obviously. Like all the
well, like she knows it would be like that's why they call her a hero because like she stood up to the villain. You know,
exactly. Well, and even I think the older cop does come up to her and says like, "Oh, you're a hero now too."
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah, so I was like, yeah, okay. I'll give her that.
But I'll give her that. But I like the ending of this movie. It ends really great because it's just like yeah, it's just it's them getting their medals. Very like kind of you don't really know how to feel.
But see,
about
even
it,
then, it's more like exposition, kind of like a.
It's exposition, but it ends on the face of the dead hitman.
Oh yeah, because they say they shot him like a day later or something.
Yeah, a day later, doing the same exact heist. That was reminiscent of the 4 robbers that got killed before.
Which is funny because like he's not part of the group.
No, he's not. It's almost like they literally just kind of like changed roles. Like he was doing like Richie was going to kill that one guy for him, then he was going to do this one last heist, basically. The one they were planning to. Yeah. But yeah, it ends on his face, just like dead on the street, and then it just goes to credits, and that is breaking news. So I honestly really love this movie still, but I can understand why you don't vibe with it as much. I guess you do need to watch it on Criterion, though. Apparently, I don't know.
Was your like file like really like the?
It's not 1080p.
It's not. Damn. Okay.
Was it like really bad or like?
It wasn't that bad, but.
It definitely looks crisp. It looks crisp on Criterion, so. But yeah, with that, we will take a quick break and come back with Exiled. And we are back from the break to talk about Johhnie To's 2006 movie, Exiled. Spiritual successor to The Mission. Great fucking movie, just say that right now. But let me get your guys' overall opinions on it. Have either one of you seen this before either? I think Danny has. You both have, okay. Yeah. Awesome. Well, Luke, tell me your overall opinions on it.
No, yeah, I love this movie. It was kind of like a similar thing with The Mission for me. Like, I mean, I think they're similar movies.
They are.
Because they're kind of like both about like, you know, like it's the classic Blake movie thing where it's like the like camaraderie or whatever among criminals, like.
Yes, sir.
Like it's like a really like serious like they'll like die for each other type thing, and I mean with both this and The Mission, like they're both about that, but also like. Both those movies, like I watched them for the first time and I liked them, but then like rewatching them, it definitely like clicked for me even more. You know, I think I still prefer The Mission more. Than
I
this
do
one.
slightly too. It's
but
just
like they're both great though. I
mean, a lot of people think of this as like a
It is a spiritual successor.
Yeah, it definitely feels like
and then
Spiritual sequel.
sequel. I've seen called Daniel Gorman in his review called it a trilogy with Vengeance as the last one.
Ooh, I have to
like
watch
this kind of
Vengeance
show.
with that in mind.
Yeah,
I didn't think about
I
that
didn't
the
think
first
about that
time.
either, and I need to rewatch Vengeance too. I
I do
really
too.
remember that one. But I really like
That
it.
makes so much sense though whenever you think about it, because Anthony Wong Lamsoot and I think is it Roy Chung? He might be in that movie too. I know that's at least the two of them, but they are kind of a group with Johnny Halliday,
But
kind of going after the same thing.
But yeah,
I don't know.
But
That makes more
yeah,
sense.
It would make sense.
No, but yeah, I mean, really, it's just the classic, like, holy shit, like the scenes, like, they evolve so well, like, in the typical Johhnie To fashion, like, they play out so well, they look amazing, and it just, like, flows really well. Just, yeah.
It does.
It's
It
great.
does. No, it flows so well. Like I do forget, even though it's almost 2 hours, it doesn't really feel like a 2 hour long movie.
No, yeah, definitely not.
But
I mean, it's not like, it's like an hour 45, so
It's one of his longer ones.
it is one of
Which
the
is like
longer
it's still
ones.
only like
Yeah.
an hour 45, which is great.
Both
the reverse
movies-
Jacques Rivette, basically.
Yeah, he's like the more Benoit.
Did Buell not have, like,
He had like the obscure object maybe 2
I
hours.
think Obscure Object's like 2 hours 20.
Which one?
Obscure Object's like 2
I don't
hours.
think it's that long.
I'm pretty
There's just
sure
no way.
Obscure
to get
Object.
2 hours 20.
I'm pretty sure
Not the Benoit I know.
not the Boonwell I know.
it is.
Not the Boonwell you remember.
103.
what the
Oh
fuck?
my, let's
Damn.
go.
I'm thinking of a
2
different movie
hours.
then. I think I'm thinking of a different movie. Hold
See,
on.
I don't
Is
think
it-
so. Let me like
is
I
it
can,
L?
I can even sort by the longest movies I know.
Is it L?
Okay.
Death in the Garden is 105 minutes. Is his fucking longest movie. Holy shit! God, what a king! God damn.
What a kid.
And that's the thing. You remember it fucking long too. You remember it as a 2 hour 20 minutes. That's crazy. It's only 105 minutes. That's insane. That's just insane. I was thinking 2 hours.
I'm
Now
thinking,
kinda pushing it in my head.
I got mixed up probably with a different movie from another
A different
director.
director, exactly. Not a
Yeah.
different movie. You're wrong on a lot.
Anyway.
Phantom of
Carrying
Liberty
on.
is second
Carrying
highest.
on. What about
Phantom of
Exile?
Liberty is the second
So,
highest.
Dave, what's your thoughts on
104.
Exile? What's your thoughts on Exile?
That's
Sorry.
actually kind of crazy. I'm like, that's insane. To me. I don't know if I brought that up on the
the
series.
Johhnie To directed film Exile. What are your
Okay.
thoughts on that?
What did you finish?
Yeah.
Like to stop getting ghastly, yes.
Because you were saying something about the length anyway. That's how this came up. Because you brought
No,
it up.
I said something.
Blake
about
said
Oh,
that.
Blake. Okay, I wasn't sure if you brought that up. No, I love this movie too. Honestly, the first thing is like, this is probably one of the best like lit movies ever made.
It is.
No, yeah.
And
This
probably
is
his,
Throwdown.
I mean, his best.
Throwdown
It's more
Throwdown is
simple.
up there.
It's a little more simpler. Like the story, like this
Maybe
is
it's
more
more-
Johnnie
okay,
To.
well,
it's a bit more
The
flash,
story,
like the-
and like
the-
this is like a Johnnie To like. This is a Johnnie To epic, you know.
Wait, I thought you were talking about the look of it, but like I would say
I'm
like
talking about the look, yeah.
the Throwdown is like
Yeah,
it's,
maybe
more,
like
it's, more
Throwdowns,
flash,
though.
it's more flashy.
What Throwdowns is?
Like,
Oh yeah, you're talking in the club
Yeah,
scenes.
yeah.
I'm just talking about literally every shot in this fucking movie.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Because Throwdown has the other stuff, and actually the arcade's pretty good too.
Yeah.
No, but it's literally like an because Exiled also has like, it's like everything is like a new location too, so it's like a lot of new stuff, you know, with the lighting. But okay, yeah, you know I'm not hating on Throwdowns lighting.
No.
But, it's just like literally this is like when I think of like best lit movies because it feels so like
like a
it-
painting.
yeah, like a painting, but also like new because like it doesn't have like a Throwdown has more of the repetition. He's going back to that same club and he's like reusing like
Definitely, yeah.
different ways to light that. But this is like every scene location's different. It just feels so like
the stillness,
fresh,
like the way, like the sun, like the
way you don't know
wind
what's gonna
blowing
happen and
is,
stuff.
Like crazy.
I guess he does return to the like brothel or whatever it is.
The hotel
Like,
slash
hotel.
brothel, and
Yeah.
then Woe's house or Wo's house.
Yeah, but
Wow.
even when they come back to that the second time, it's like they're not there that long really.
No, yeah, they aren't. And then it gets on fire, so you're never back.
But
there.
then,
So
I mean, that shootout, like that's the thing, like that shootout is like in a even for a Johnnie To movie, that would be like the best thing in the movie. But that's like probably like every scene is like that level in the
Yes.
movie at the very least. You know, it's kind of crazy because we're gonna go through it, but like everything is just. It's just like holy shit! I can't believe because and then I only read this after I was reading some interviews where he's like because he talked about election and election 2 being like he had to do a lot of research for the movie and like a lot of time spent that way. And then he's like filming this one was like just like a vacation. Like they didn't even have a finished screenplay, which is kind of crazy. But that's what I'm saying. Like it feels like he spent so much time just on like kind of the visual aspect of it.
Yeah.
And then like almost just like inventing the story as you go. It just feels like that, you know, like the way like a criminal's like, because the criminals are trying to invent how they're going to get out of this as they're going, because everything basically goes wrong in terms of like, because they're helping their friend, everything is going wrong now. You know?
Well, this is like Johhnie To obviously deals with fate in his movies a lot. This is like one of his best movies, just about letting fate take the wheel, basically.
And
fate or chance,
yes,
whichever way you want to say it.
I'm kind of glad you brought that up, because it's like another movie that's similar. That, well, especially when you mentioned the vacation thing, I was thinking about this too as Johhnie To.
Oh yeah,
that kind of aspect, you know, like the kind of fate, but also the vacation aspect, like this kind of fatalist aspect, but also like you kind of have peace with it almost.
Yeah,
you know,
you make peace with it.
Yeah,
You're making peace with it.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like all the characters in this know what's gonna happen. Like,
yes,
it's very clear they all know what's gonna happen.
and that's why they're trying to enjoy at least like the moments they do have.
Yes, and you can definitely feel that in the movie for sure.
Especially as the movie goes on, you know. Like, that's why Anthony Wong's one moment where it does feel like, okay, maybe they are going to get away. You know, they just got this money and stuff. And then when they get that call,
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah.
No,
they're not
going
you
to
know.
out.
But no, I do love this movie. Outside of just, like, the look of it, obviously. But it does start with me there. It's just like... Because I think it does, like... It plays so well as to what the movie's about, too. You know, how dark all the movie is. And just, like, how they're it has that kind of Johhnie To theme of like we just have to infer how much these characters really like each other because of their backstory, you know. Just from just single picture of like of them as kids, you get so fucking much of like, damn. They
Just a single backstory and then bonding moments that kind of make it seem like they know each other for a long ass time.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
So.
Well, yes. It's outside of that image, all that's on screen.
Yes.
It's like how we get to know them. But yeah, dude, I really. This is probably one of his best.
It's definitely one of his best. Yeah. No, I love Exiled also. One of my favorites from him. Obviously, I love The Mission as well, but I mean, and I do still think The Mission is probably a little bit better than this movie. Or I prefer watching it. I don't even want to say it's better. I just want to say I prefer watching it more, I guess, just because it is a little bit shorter. But in terms of best looking movies, like I do kind of agree with you, Danny. This one, and Throwdown are the two that I would say. Sparrow's up there too. I don't know. He has so many good looking movies, man.
Oh, definitely. He's like he's one of the best visual. That's what I'm like saying. For even on that level, this is like his this is like his 2001 kind of. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like the show.
I definitely can get that.
It probably had like the biggest. I don't know if it had the biggest budget, but it feels like that.
I doubt it did. I doubt it had any budget. Honestly,
actually, he probably had a smaller one because of the way he talks about it.
Yeah.
Because he said he like had more time to film on purpose. They had no script, but he wanted more time just so he could spend on the visual aspect, you know, and trying to tell it that way, which is just great.
It is. No, yeah. I mean, yeah, I love Exile for a lot of reasons. I definitely love it. Like I said, obviously for what you were saying, just how beautiful it looks. There is something to say about just the way he sets up his scenes in this movie, just the way he frames everything, the way he stages everything, the way he blocks everything. I don't know. It's just like, I distinctly remember everything that's going to happen in this movie because of how the shots are set up. Like how he starts a shot. Like I know what's going to happen next because of how he starts that shot. I don't know. It's just these scenes that stuck with me in my head for so long, which not many movies do. Honestly, I will say that I have to rewatch movies a lot for them to stick in my head. And Exiled, I don't know. Like there are just so many moments in this movie that I remember immediately once I see the first frame, and I don't know. It's something special. But
I looked it up, by the way. Apparently, according to Google AI, his most expensive production is Vengeance with $10 million.
That one makes sense just because it's foreign.
That's his most
France.
expensive is $10 million.
Yeah,
that's probably just because it's in France, though.
Oh, true. It's not even.
He's moving.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm pretty sure that movie's in France, if I'm not mistaken. Because I'm pretty sure Johnny Halliday's a French chef in the movie.
French chef.
I mean, you bringing that up is actually one of the things I remember from the. I think all three of us know him, Daniel Gorman. He writes for In Review online.
No, he's really good writer.
He's really good. He's a good follow on Twitter too, just for new recommendations and stuff. But he has a review on Exiled because he's a huge Johhnie To fan. And he mentions how I hadn't even thought about this too because we've kind of brought up Johnnie To's like relation to Hong Kong Like
Yes.
you brought up on week 1 how like important it was that he stayed versus
Yeah.
like all the other directors leaving and basically going the opposite way and starting his own studio instead
Yes.
of going to Hollywood.
Like he went all in basically.
Yes,
You
and
could
so
say.
like basically this kind of hits harder. I mean, even in relation to how we feel about it. This is probably another reason why I love it. Like it just feels so like not documentary, but like kind of like improvisation. Like you're filming real stuff too. It's still like that's why it's like not. Actually, 2001 is all practical too, which is crazy. But like, and that actually budgets. Actually, that budget is probably $10 million. I don't think which was huge at the time.
Yeah, it's
but
not a
like,
lot,
it's actually
though.
not a huge budget,
Especially for a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, exactly. But this one is even more just kind of like you're filming rooms and you're like almost filming darkness versus like actually filming something, you know. But so that's why he says, quote, "Exiled feels like an elegy of sorts, not only for a genre but an entire film industry. By 2006, the Chinese government was already meddling in Hong Kong affairs, irrevocably changing its film industry. Large-scale blockbusters were in favor, replete with CGI and fantasy plots that wouldn't run afoul of mainland censors. Eventually, jingoistic propaganda of spectacles like Wolf Warrior would take over the box office. While To managed a few more films, they became increasingly dark." And basically that part of, like this is kind of like a swan song for this kind of filmmaking in the industry too of Hong Kong.
Yeah.
You know, versus the more like CGI, basically more Americanized kind of studio filmmaking.
And it definitely is like that now,
Yeah.
and was back in the day too.
Exactly. That's why it's like this was kind of that's why it's like it has that kind of energy too almost, even if it didn't mean to be at the time.
Yeah,
Uh,
I like that.
and like that's like Johnnie To's importance. I think we started originally with Johnnie To's importance on the industry, you know.
Yeah,
And this movie, that's why it's like it feels like that kind of major to me almost. Even though at the same, that's partly why like it feels so big, but at the same time it's still a Johnnie To movie. It's not like a huge budget, you know.
it definitely feels like an epic in some ways. Like
Yes,
you were saying,
exactly.
for sure.
Like someone I follow on Letterboxd said this is like he's like his review is like you can't convince me this isn't a western, and I can definitely see it. You know, it has that kind of thing. But like you know, obviously a lot of gangster movies are inspired by the westerns. So.
Definitely.
This one has kind of like the standoffish kind of like.
Oh yeah, it literally has a Mexican standoff. That's like the
a lot
that's
of
the
Mexican
opening.
standoffs.
Yeah, and that's the opening gun scene. You know, that I love. But what about how do you think about this movie?
Yeah, I mean, I was giving some opinions already, but another thing I will say is Simon Yam. Love this man and everything he does. He is especially amazing in Exiled. He gives a special performance in this one, man. Like his, like we were saying in PTU and everything in election, like you kind of just buy into like this like good guy. Like he's got like this nice smile. He's just like this nice guy. This one, he is a sinister motherfucker, and his smile is completely different. He's just like it's almost like a horror movie sometimes. Like whenever you see him on the screen, it's kind of crazy, but I love his performance in this.
No, I mentioned it like while we were reviewing Breaking News, but yeah, this is like an amazing performance. Especially like he's not in it that much.
No.
But when he does come in, it's like, especially like it's just like I'll never get in my head like when he enters the hospital.
Yes.
It just like burned in my brain. Like the way he's standing,
Just
you know,
hobbling in.
and like the way he's like breathing. It's like it actually feels like I actually put this in my notes. Like it's like one of the few movies where injuries actually carry over from
Yes.
scene to scene and like actually have huge impacts. You know, and like because that's usually annoying for people to like just filmmakers to carry over. You know, because it's like oh no, I gotta like. Basically, the audience will
just
forget.
for
Like,
this.
either it's like it's like The Rock or something. It's like okay, well, he takes a bullet, he'll be fine the next thing. And so like the audience believes it, you know. But it's like all the injuries have like real weight to them. That's partly because you know that they're all gonna die at the end.
Yeah.
But I just love that too because, yeah, this also has like it's just like it has a lot of the entertainment too, but it also has the same thing with like I was even talking about Running on Chroma of like it actually has the death that's basically. It has to have almost. I mean, that's true with all of them, but especially Woe's death. It's just like,
Dude, yeah.
it's kind of insane how unromantic it is at the same time.
It is.
For, like, for how much they're doing for this guy, and it just like happens like that, you know, like.
It's like so heartbreaking.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it is. But it's like it's so brutal too. It's kind of crazy.
No, that is like the specific scene that's always just seared in my brain, man. Anytime I see them leaving that underground clinic. I know what's about to happen. I'm just like, damn, man. We're about to witness some brutal shit. It's gonna suck.
That's the thing that makes it a little bit more different than the mission.
Yeah, because
Well, the
everyone
mission
makes it out.
Yeah, the mission doesn't have the brutality either. Even if
lot more
it's not
lighthearted.
only the
It
making out
is.
part, but it's also like just the brutality within the movie. It's more kind of a laid back kind of movie.
It is, yeah.
This one has those, but it's also very dark in terms of like not only literally, but just like it's more fatalistic that way.
Definitely.
That might be why I slightly prefer the mission too. Like, it's just what differentiates enough to where I could say I like the mission more.
Or why you go back to it more,
Hangout,
at
it has
least.
more hangout aspects.
And I mean that mission score though, like it's just. But
The
also
score
the
on
score of
this
this one's good
one's
too.
good.
But like the mission score is like
This one's way more like this one's score definitely plays more into the Western
yeah.
genre for sure. Like especially whenever they are leaving the city to go like on their like religious like escapade, you could say almost. I don't know because the score changes without just like guitar twang or whatever. But yeah, no. Honestly, we can go ahead and get into Exiled. I'm very excited to get into it because I do love this movie. It also does carry over a lot of those like bonding moments that we love so much from the mission. But I mean, right from the opening, I kind of just love this movie because it just opens with knocks at the door, which I feel like we've done movies like this before. I can't remember which ones.
Knock
but
at the cabin.
Knock at the cabin.
Is that
Oh,
that happened at the
God.
beginning? Right? It was towards the beginning. It was around the beginning. Where they knocked.
It
at
just
the
feels
cabin.
too obvious though.
I mean, that's just kind of what I thought of like knock, and I was like, well, what's the first movie?
I mean, Daniel Gorman in his review says this movie starts where most movies end. I also like that too, because it kind of just starts like this. It almost feels like a showdown at its end, you know.
It does, yeah.
Well, that's what it makes it feel like this sequel to the mission too, like a spiritual successor. In a way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, none of these characters are obviously the same, but they
No.
have similar objectives.
I mean,
like,
if you've
especially
seen Johnny, that's what makes directing like a lot. Watching directors that reuse the same actors on purpose interesting because they know you're also going to make associations no matter what.
Yes.
Like the previous movie, like we even talked to Ozu where he has like the Noriko trilogy where they're not the same character, but obviously they're going to draw comparisons
Yes.
between them. Like,
100%.
that's almost like with this trilogy, you could say, I guess. Too. Like especially Anthony Wong.
I mean, Katano's has a lot of that too.
Yeah.
No, yeah, especially with Anthony Wong and Francis, though.
Yeah.
They're the two ones that you can definitely get the most
Mhm.
out of, I think, because they're the two major players in the mission, you could say, with the
Yes.
two.
And
You
that
don't want to say opposing ideologies, but they have different objectives.
I think it's
and how they work towards
it's,
them.
yeah. Maybe opposing is like they're bringing a different perspective of like the
Yeah.
gangster, like what a gangster is supposed to do. Like, because technically, a gangster is supposed to follow what their boss
Yeah.
says, but then it's like that's a contradiction of like how much of this kind of romance of following your brother.
This man
is
saved
sad.
your life. Like,
Yeah. No, that's what makes the twist so great. I mean, it's not really a twist, but it's like when Anthony Wong decides to do the right thing, I guess.
He always does the right thing in Johhnie To's movies at the end. No, yeah, but I do love this opening, obviously, because we got a knock at the door. The first ones are Francis and Roy. They're asking where Wo is, and his wife just says he's not here. And so they just kind of go off in the corner. And then we get another knock at the door. And this time it's Anthony Wong and Lam Sus. And they're also wanting to know where Wo is. We get a lot of like great crane shots and just this area in general, especially whenever the two groups are like meeting in the park. Or like this little like
I love the
area
shot of them
outside.
standing like
Yes.
next to this tree
It's so
with like the
good.
lens flare.
Because it goes from day to night like immediately also. Like they're talking in the daytime and then like I think Francis says something to Anthony Wong and Anthony Wong just responds and it's immediately dark outside and I'm just like that's so interesting. But yeah, because he asks Anthony Wong like how they can settle this, basically how they can settle him not killing Wo for trying to kill what will end up finding out is Simon Yam's character, but and that's where it like immediately cuts to night, and then we get like just a little bit of like backstory on kind of like what happened, I guess. Like I think they say in the scene like he has to kill him because he tried to like take Boss Faye's life or whatever. So
Okay, I didn't even know that honestly.
yeah, they say
Something. I knew it
dialogue,
was something
yeah.
related to Boss Bay, obviously. But.
Yeah, but it cuts back to the next day as Wo arrives at the house in this like moving truck to like the score playing for I think maybe not the first time, but it's definitely more prominent in the scene. But
Very blue truck.
very blue truck.
Because the colors really stand out in this scene, especially.
They do. I would say they stand out in almost.
I mean,
all
just
the
basically
same.
this whole movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
this
it's, I
whole
guess
movie.
this is like one of the few bright moments. In the, like,
It is because it's
daylight,
daytime outside. Yeah.
So we're seeing a lot of it.
Yeah, and this is like the first of the Mexican standoffs, obviously, in the movie, because like Woe goes up with Anthony Wong and Francis, and it leaves, I think, Roy and Lamsoot downstairs because the cops kind of drove up behind them while all this was happening and are watching, because this old cop, the old farting cop from Breaking News is the like old cop that doesn't want to like get involved in all this shit basically in this movie, because that's the thing about this movie is the cops are very much way in the background.
I love like the tease of them like
Maybe catching them or something, like,
or just just having these scenes of like they're just literally just there to be a joke, like
Yes.
just literally be on like basically the audience, you know, like we have nothing, like I'm basically about to retire.
I'm about to retire. Don't shoot.
Oh,
me,
and
please.
it's like implied like he's crooked too.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Because
like
he
he's
calls
like calling
them
Boss Faye,
Faye,
yeah. So,
yeah.
that's another thing. Like basically, this whole world is corrupted. Like that's why it makes it easier to feel sympathetic for the
group.
Yeah, for the group, because like basically everyone they encounter is like on the same level as them, you know, or worse.
Yeah.
So it's like
Definitely worse for most of the time.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, we also get the amazing can shooting scene in this, which will be coming back in the movie.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I don't know.
The
I mean, we've mentioned so many repetitions, Johnnie To and Williams, that like it's just insane. But this is one of the best ones.
It is.
The curtains are paid actors.
The curtains are
Also,
paid
the curtain.
actors,
I mean, this is
the
also
curtains are so good in this movie.
the green wall in this movie just stuck in my brain.
Oh,
Like, with
the
the
green
Anthony
wall
Wall
in the
standing next to
apartment,
it,
yes.
just like all these shots, almost like just like go standing there like a. Basically, like that's what I'm saying. Like it just felt like they were just like doing this on set.
Go stand
know,
like a chess piece.
like almost like a
Yeah.
Godard, like how Godard films some of his
Okay.
actors, like in some of these rooms, that are, like in Contempt and stuff that I really liked. But this like it's also really dark too. So
Yes.
it's like.
But the
Like,
green is still
the
like
green
pronounced.
stands out.
It
Yes.
stands
Oh,
out. Like
yeah. It's so good.
it is. I mean, we get the Mexican standoff, and it's kind of great because it's just Wope like loading his gun, and Anthony Wong and Francis are both unloading 6 bullets from theirs, kind of just to make the fight even, I guess. Because I'm assuming hold 12 because that's usually standard for that type of gun, But yeah, then obviously we get the actual shootout happening, which is a fucking amazing scene. Like this is where the curtains, as Luke kind of said already, which curtains will be coming back this entire movie as phenomenal actors, but they are going off in this scene for sure.
Actually, like Johnnie To even has a quote something like that. Where he's, like, basically anything in the scene, like the curtains, like he's like maybe stuff, anything in the scene can be used.
Like as an actor.
Yeah, basically like to get emotion. I forgot the exact quote, but it's basically something like that.
It's amazing in this. I mean, a door is used in this one. Fuck.
I mean that's also the thing. It's very it's a non-logical action scene.
Yes.
To its extreme.
Definitely.
You know, where it's not even trying to make logical sense of like, oh, this person shooting this. It's just chaotic. That's what a lot of these gunshots. That's where it's like purely he's framing he's literally just thinking about how this shot's gonna look, not like how's this shot gonna look, and then how is the audience gonna make sense of it. It's like it doesn't even care about that part, you know. And that's why like a fucking door can flip in the middle of the scene. It just like doesn't matter.
It's so good.
You know? It makes no sense.
They're just shooting it perfectly, Danny.
Yeah. And then, but see, also like that's because the scene is not there for tension of like especially if you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And why they stop fighting is just so amazing. Like,
Yeah,
because of the
baby.
breastfeeding. Yeah, and they're just like they just stopped, and it's like the 180 twist is just so good because it makes you think like, oh, even if you were complaining like, oh, this is not a logical gunfight scene. Like if you had that complaint, watch a Johnnie To movie, it would be insane. But if you did, like the next scene kind of flips it. Like it wasn't supposed to be there. It was almost like a comedic scene because you know it's not there for like the tension of that kind of action. You know.
Yeah.
Because like he literally like it's almost like a joke because like how willingly they're willing to just like flip and like now they're like helping this guy move it, like getting him furniture and stuff.
It's so good. It literally just flips because he says, "Can we talk?"
Yes, exactly.
Can we sit and talk?
Yeah.
There's nowhere to sit.
It's like this huge gunfight just turns into like just talk and like honestly the sweetest scene in the movie.
Oh,
honestly.
it's amazing. This is one of the best scenes of the movie for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the score even changes to like way happier.
That's what I'm
way, like,
saying.
more
That's why it's
whimsical.
almost like it's like a joke too, but it's also like kind of it plays like the conflict they have. You know, like both sides. You know.
Yes.
Where they're willing to kill, obviously, in one moment, but then at the same time, they're also willing to like basically not do what their boss tells them. You know, it's like that's what the conflict they're kind of fighting.
Yeah.
They
At
kind
least
of
Anthony
solve at the
Wong.
end,
Like that's the Anthony
especially
Wong
especially the two leaders.
Yeah. Well, like Francis and Roy are completely on Woe's side.
That's true. They stay outside.
Yeah, they are.
But
They're
still, at
there
the same time, they're not stopping the murder.
No.
So that's what I'm saying. Even they're willing to be like.
It's
this has to happen,
basically just kind of like how it was in the mission, almost like how the ending of the mission
Yeah.
happened, where Francis is pointing his gun at Anthony Wong and he just fires in the corner. Like that's almost what this one's like.
Yeah.
Like their relationship. Like if he's going to kill the guy, he's going to at least be there to watch him do it. He might get paid. He might get revenge for him, but I don't know. You can never say like he will, because
Yeah.
you've seen stuff like this happen before, where they
exactly.
are
He understands
good friends
the-
basically, and he understands the life. So
yes, exactly. That's also what makes you think like Katana's movies too, like Sonatine or something.
Yeah.
Where everyone understands like what's going on. You
they
know?
understand their situation.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, no, I love this. I love this scene of just them like building all the furniture for this new house that apparently these two people just moved into. But
And all this happens visually too.
it does. It's
Like there's
completely
basically
visual.
there's like no
There's no talking except they're making fun of lampshades for blocking the doorway or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
There's no really explaining like, oh, see now we're helping our friend, you know,
Yeah.
like because we grew up with him or something, and then like some cut to some dumbass flashback. Or
No, literally there's not even any talking. I don't think in the actual dinner scene. Like they decide to cook and make dinner.
That's what I'm saying. All of it's so visual.
It's so good.
Yeah.
We're adding way more words than are even in the movie.
Way more.
You know?
Way more.
You have like that
Right.
golden like lighting too.
It's so,
Yes,
I
the
don't know how
lighting
to
does
describe
change.
it.
It's like a kind of It's not real. It's like more like a kind of dreamy, kind of golden lighting.
Yeah.
Because it still feels dark, but
It's warm though.
yeah, it's warm. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good way to put it. Exactly. Yeah, it's this warm, dark lighting.
Yeah, I mean, I love it whenever they're sharing the meal. Like Anthony Wong drinks out of his cup and he spits out the bullet because that makes everyone die laughing. And they do take a group photo before everyone ends up going to bed that night, and that group photo will obviously be coming back later too. It's a great little photo, and this entire room obviously will be coming back later too, which we'll get to it eventually, but in a different. I mean, not in a different light, but it's more just like kind of I don't know, like the wife basically just sacrifices his own life at that moment. But yeah, afterwards, whenever they're all sitting and smoking, Anthony Wong just tells Woe, he's like, "I have to kill you. What's your last wish?" And then that kind of just like obviously brings the good vibes down.
Especially since he just brought something in words that's obvious. Like they already know, but he kind of Anthony Wong is like you said, he's at that personality. Like
yes,
he could say he's the straighter one, you know. So that's why it's a bigger
he's a
deal.
straight shooter.
That's why it's the bigger deal when he breaks, you know, or when he changes. I guess.
Yeah. It definitely like changes everyone's like just tone. Like we do get a little bit of like I know there's some dialogue scenes of them just kind of like talking about what happened before, I guess. Because I think Francis in this moment says like, you can't kill him. You have as much right to kill me because I'm the one that like wanted to kill Boss Fay or something. So we do get some like other like reasons why Francis is there. Also like he's there to protect Woe. But the scene kind of like ends with them as Woe leaves to go like see his son basically for the last time. It's like really a sweet scene because he has this bell that will keep on coming back in the movie, obviously, that he just puts around his son's ankle, and he just kind of like lays there and goes to bed with him, which is really sweet. And the wife goes back after this happens and just tells like she gives the group they're sleeping like basically just like blankets and shit, blankets and pillows to sleep on, and she just asks as she leaves, she's like, "Please spare our lives." Doesn't even ask, just like states like, "Please spare our lives." And then it's just, I think it just cuts immediately to Anthony Wong getting a call from Simon, asking if he has killed Woe yet.
And the way he's introduced to, just laying on his bed,
laying on his bed, rubbing his stomach where the bullet hole is.
There's like this lighting right under him to make him look like evil, like the way he's like smiling and stuff. It's just
so good.
He gives off like evil CEO vibes.
Yes.
Okay.
No. Honestly. No, CEO's too insulting, but I can see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because he's too charismatic. But I see what you mean. Like, especially, I think I've mentioned this before. Like, he's such a good on the surface, he's really nice, but then like he's also really that's what makes him really evil too. And this one, he's like more like kind of like
just evil,
but he's also kind of like, but he's charismatic, like in a funny way
definitely,
too. So that's why you still like him. Versus Election, he's more like that old movie like centers on like him being like more normal for the
The
whole
reasonable
movie.
one.
Yeah, and then at the end he basically shifts, you know, to this kind of crazy side that he has. No, but he's really just hamming it up in this one. That's what I love. Like, it's almost like he's doing like a Nick Cage kind of thing. Like,
the smiles he gives definitely give off
yeah.
that impression too, for sure. I love his face in this movie.
No, it's cool that Johhnie To actually like could actually think of him, like give him a role, because like in Breaking News he's so like normal, you know.
Yeah.
So, like, he's barely in that one, but in this one it's like he's going all out.
Which he
Gets to be
plays
a little more crazy.
He definitely is more reserved in the mission too. Like,
Yeah,
his role in
this
the
was
mission
his
is
most
more
like kind of
reserved.
crazy role, at least in the Johhnie To movies I've seen.
Yeah.
He probably has. I don't know.
Oh no, he definitely has other more crazy where he's allowed to act. I mean, like Full Contact, he's out there, man. He's so good in Full Contact.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, he's also he's great with in the beer with the
Oh yeah, and
John Woo's
Bullet in the Head.
Yeah, Bullet in the Head. Yeah. That beard is so good.
That beard is so good.
I do not remember him in that movie. I'm not gonna lie.
You don't
Luke,
remember that-
you don't remember
the beard?
Luke? He has your name.
I don't remember. I guess I don't know. I need to.
He's the one that
Is he one of the three brothers?
he's the one that Tony Lung sees whenever he walks into the Shrek theme song.
He's basically like the
Whenever he walks in
fourth guy that
bathroom.
helps them and stuff, like the army guy or something.
Yeah, he's like some army
I
dude.
forgot where
Yeah.
his connection, but
That's true.
he looks so tall in that one too, or something. So I just remember him being really tall.
He's very imposing in that movie.
How tall is he actually?
Probably not that tall. Watch this dude be like 6'2".
He's also way younger in that one too, so that's probably why you don't know.
That was all the way back in
He's
1990.
5'11", so
Yeah,
like
yeah.
basically like.
No, he's great in that one. But
He's
this one
cool.
is just also. This is the one I think of when I think of him. This is the movie I think of when I think of him.
Do you? I still think of Election more, but this movie
Oh,
is
that's
amazing.
fair.
So and PTU, oh my god, he's so good in PTU.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this is kind of the start of a side story. Like Simon Yam's entire character in this is basically a side story to what could be an entirely different movie. like, because his expansion to Macau could easily be a Johnnie To movie by itself.
That's the more Exiled part,
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean?
or election part.
Election
sorry.
part, yeah.
Where he's making deals with the other guy, you know.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, I guess we have seen that movie kind of before. This one, it would be kind of more.
But see, that's what it feels like, because it makes sense where I read that Johnnie To quote where he's like, he had like basically done a lot of research and a lot of work on the election ones, and he's like, this is like more the vacation movie from that, you know. So like it makes sense, like he's teasing those kind of parts, but like this is like a more kind of, it's almost like at least a more breaking news in terms of like real time, you know. It's already it's all happening within a day or
basically
so.
a night.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, a night. Yeah,
It's
more
all
PTU vibes.
well, I guess it is a day technically, but
yeah, it's more like PTU like that, I guess. That's what makes The Darkness so great too.
it is. But yeah, after we get introduced to Simon Yan fully for the first time, we cut to another daytime shot as the boys all get in a truck the next morning and leave. All get in that blue truck that we saw before, and they go straight to the brothel/hotel that we'll be coming back to later on in the movie as well to get money. Like that's basically what Woe is wanting right now because he knows he's about to die. Like Anthony Wong literally. I don't know when he tells him this, but they basically have this day until Anthony Wong is going to basically kill Woe, or at least act like he's going to. That's their plan, you could say, because they're doing all this. They're going to try to get all this money in one day so that he can give it to his wife and son. And we do have an introduction to the prostitute in here also, which is kind of funny because Lamson's face anytime he looks at this woman is just hilarious. But the big player is obviously Jeff, the owner of this establishment, and he's just handing out all these jobs to the boys, asking like with the prices on the heads of all these people that he's handing out basically. And he's saying things like times are changing, they're getting rough, like we're starting a new regime here or whatever. And Anthony Wong just basically like cut to the point, we need some money. And they need more money than obviously what he's offering them at the moment, so he gives them kind of a rumor that he heard, which is another side story that will be coming back in the movie. This gold from Buddha Mountain. Because he says there's a shipment of gold being transported from Buddha Mountain tomorrow. A ton of gold. And Woe's like, this is the one that we need. And I think Jeff leaves or whatever after he says that or whatever. But Well, it was basically like, this is the one that we need, and Anthony Wong's just sitting there like, that's too late. Like, we only have today to do this, because that thing's happening tomorrow, so that's not it. And I do kind of love just the shots of all 5 of them just kind of sitting there and thinking after he's told about the gold, because we have that like painting hanging behind me.
No, actually,
so good.
There's another. Also, like even these small scenes have amazing lighting.
Yes.
Like, this lampshade is stuck in my head, like the way it's lit.
Yes.
The orange
Off,
one? Or you talking this scene or like
in this scene,
the orange one in the background?
Yeah, it has like these weird, like it puts these dots on the wall. These like has like a dotted lampshade.
Oh wait, okay, I think I see.
And like so when this guy is like sitting and he has his like arms crossed on the chair, you know, and it's like
yeah,
it's leaving this like reflection on the wall behind him. It's just like so good. Just like little lighting stuff like that. And then also I had just had this to my notes because I was like, as I was watching it, sometimes I like put the time stamps on like where we are in the movie, and this is like basically 25 minutes in the movie. Like the opening scene is like 25 minutes, and like basically nothing happens plot wise.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like if you're just describing it plot wise, it's like the opening scene.
I mean, we haven't described anything really. So
yeah, basically there's like nothing. There's nothing.
Just a bonding moment, basically.
Exactly. Where like
Shootout.
There's so much that you know, but it's like so much that happens. That's not plot.
There's so much emotionally that happens within me.
And visually. Like they're like the same thing in this movie.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, but as they are deliberating in the room, we do get a scene of Jeff going to the other room where Uncle Fortune is. Great name. Johnnie To has some great names for these random ass uncles in his movies. But this guy gives Jeff a hits, and that's for boss. I think his name's Kung, maybe. But this is the big boss in Macau, as we'll see later on in the movie. Obviously, I think I don't know if that's told to us here. I know that's basically just like a gang lord because like Jeff's reaction is like, "Oh, this is gonna cost you a lot of money," and then Uncle Fortune's like, "Oh, money is no object," and then we just get him going like doing the okay sign.
Like when I saw that, like when he gave him like the picture, right?
Yeah.
Like for some reason when I glanced at it first, I was like, "Is that Chinese fat?"
Is that Changing Fat?
And then like I was like, "Okay, never mind." But like I don't know.
He's way too.
Has like the cigarette like in his mouth. Like
I wish Changing Fat in a Johnnie To movie would be very interesting.
Yes. Damn.
Like a Johnnie To would probably not use him because it would bring too much of his star appeal, probably. But like the preconceived notions of what he is. But although Johnnie To could probably do something with that.
Oh, he definitely could.
What if Changing Fat's in Johnnie To's next movie?
I mean,
and
for you, that'd be amazing.
Because Changing Fat is retired, technically.
I mean, finally, with a good director, we get to see.
okay, damn.
No, that was crazy.
That was.
That's what it like. I love keeping expect the unexpected. Never know what I'm gonna say.
You love Bear Tomorrow, I know that.
Apparently not.
But anyway.
Blake would have said John has better peaks than Johnnie To, I think, on week 1.
He does. Bear Tomorrow was still the best.
I don't know. This is an amazing movie.
When's the last time you watched Bear Tomorrow?
I mean, also that's also. I mean, let's not pit 2 cases.
Exactly. You're the one. I have to defend my king against my other king.
Bro's just taking both sides.
Yes, sir. So I always come out on top.
Yes.
But yeah, after he gives that okay signal or whatever, Jeff takes the job back to the group and says there's a 500K bounty on this man's head, and this is obviously the job for them, so they take it. I do love after they take the job, like Will walks out and like thanks Jeff or whatever, and Lampsoots and the other 3 just stare at the prostitute across the way, just like with this goofy looks on their face. Like Anthony Wong like has his sunglasses pushed down and everything. I'm just like,
no, I know.
So stupid.
That's what makes them feel like little kids too.
Yes.
They're not locked in enough.
They are locked in though.
Yeah, because
like, they're locked into the friendship.
It's also funny too. This shot is also funny because when we're walking up to the scene, Lampsoots only one that's like laughing. So like, oh, of course he's like the kind of like immature
his
one.
face is so goofy.
Yeah, so you're like, of course he's the immature one. The other ones are like focused. And so when we see all of them doing the same thing at the end, it's like also kind of like funny too.
It's hilarious.
It is, and they also bring her up later too, just like really casually too.
They
like,
do.
One of them brings her up. Like you can tell they can't get her out of her mind. Like they're desperate. They're desperate over here. Especially they're about to die. Like he said, it's very fatalistic.
It is. It is. And I mean, as we'll see, she is the last one in the movie. So
Yes.
The last alive person in the movie, I
Yes.
guess you could say.
That is true, actually. Yeah.
But yeah, this obviously leads to a really sweet scene, kind of Woe just going around one by one, thanking them all for what they're doing for him and what they've done for him in the past too. You could say, like, there's a lot in this like one scene of him just thanking.
It's
them,
like the most
so.
emotion we probably get with him.
I think it is, yeah. But yeah, now I have this is one of the best sequences starting in the movie. There's going to be a lot of times I say that from this point on, I feel like. But this restaurant scene is so insanely good. Like,
well, I mean, just like right when it cuts right away,
Oh.
like it cuts right away to them starting the mission.
yes,
You know,
yes,
and like the way like the music just starts, and like the way like I don't know, even just like a cut into someone walking, you know, just great. And then like this dome, just like,
literally
lit
dome.
just
the
like dark
the
and
location
gold.
in general is
Yeah,
like,
it's like gold, like and then the tree, and then the Christmas tree is just insane. That's
No,
what like every
Christmas
scene
movie.
has this like amazing lit thing. It's just like that. Even that's what I was saying. The lampshade's great, but this one is like
Yeah.
insane. Like this trees, the tree lights.
it
in
just looks
this.
amazing. I don't know.
And then like. It's a little later, but then when Simon Yam actually like comes in, like basically
Yes, sir.
surprises them, like the kind of it's almost like Michael Mann-esque lights with
okay.
these huge like long ends. Like you get these like big like this big huge like light show light almost in the background in the space.
Yes.
Like I don't know if you remember the end of Heat. He has like the amazing ones.
I don't know if I remember that.
I'll have to show you.
like this, like when they're like
when they're on this
standoff?
like their standoff
okay, yeah,
in like the field, like airport field.
yeah.
And like every time it cuts so close up with their face, it's like these huge lights, but
Wait,
you get them out of focus because
is this whenever he shoots him?
And he,
And he?
yeah. At the
Okay,
end,
I do
yes.
remember this.
Yeah,
scene,
yeah.
okay.
Spoilers.
And that's
for
standoff.
me.
So yeah, spoiler alerts. Okay,
One guy
what
shoots
do
the
you
other.
expect?
One guy shoots the other
It's
one.
it's 3 hours long. You'll get there eventually. There's a lot of
No,
movies.
this location is like just like unforgettable. Like
It is.
honestly, this might be like the first thing I think of when I think of this movie. Just this
This
like
whole-
I still think I personally still think of the underground clinic more just because I remember that scene more. But this
Okay.
one is its close second. Well, this one and then the.
I'm
fucking-
just a whore for like Christmas trees, like
True.
true lighting.
I mean, it's
True.
great.
I can't lie.
There's so many great locations in this because this one you got the fucking like desert that they go to basically
Yeah,
later
that's
on.
great.
I don't know. It's insane. Yeah, this entire scene is amazing though because like the boss Kung walks in obviously and sits down at the table and we just have our boys like Francis Anthony Wong and Nick Chung are there in the restaurant and Lam Soot and Roy are outside. So. But they obviously Boss Kung walks in, just sits down at his table. We get like just a lot of like dinner like dialogue scenes with Uncle Fortune, just like basically trying to start this hit. Because the key words was I'll go get your shark fins or something. And that's the key for them
Yes,
to like
yeah.
kill him. But literally once Uncle Fortune says that and starts walking away, the door opens and Boss Fay is there or Simon Yam
Simon
obviously.
Yes, we gotta just say Simon Yam.
Simon Yam. I mean it's. And the shot of him, like you said, is amazing. Just standing in the doorway, and him surveying the room is so good because it just like hangs on all three of their faces.
This is where it's like this is where it feels like a painterly kind of aspect to filmmaking, where it's like every time I'm going to show Simon Yam, it's going to be like the most insane shot ever. Because like first it's like these light. Every time we get the lights behind him, and then even when he walks in, it's like this kind of epic shot with the
It's
silhouette and like there's like even green. Like he's even bringing the green from earlier like into this scene.
Yeah.
You know. With like it's like green on the ceiling or something where he's like walking and it's like so good.
Did you mention his close-ups too? Or?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
what I was talking about. The
saying
Michael Mann
with that. Okay,
close-ups, yeah. Where he's like basically using the Christmas tree lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like when you use a really long lens, it makes these lights go really out of focus in the background and stuff. That's great.
It's such a great shot. I do kind of love whenever he's walking and he's just like pointing to his stomach, right? Like right. I don't know. It's so good. But yeah, he sits down at the table, obviously with Kong, and says they just start. They're just talking about like his proposition, basically or he just gives his proposition of his expansion plan to Macau, and Kong's response to him is just eat shit and die. And after that, it said, like, Simon Yam's face just, like, changes. It's so good. And he just kind of, like, looks around. And he, like, flips the table over and says, "Why are you hiding your piece? Everyone in Macau has one." And he just, like, walks around to all three of them and says, "He has one. He has one. He has one. So why are you hiding yours?" And then he obviously tells him, like, Uncle Fortune, like, he ordered this hit, and then he walks over to Anthony Wong.
Yes.
And he's like, "Why are you hiding behind your shades?" And he just takes them off, and he just like throws water in
it's
his
like
face.
the most disrespectful thing you can do in a Johnnie To movie. You know, is take someone's sunglasses
off. No, and the line he gives him whenever he like throws the hood over him, or throws the jacket on him.
Like throws water on him too.
He throws water on him, then walks out and like throws the jacket over him.
Yes,
He's like, "If you want to hide, use this."
Yeah.
And then he just like starts slapping the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And he just starts saying like, "Who feeds you? Who is your boss?" And he just keeps on slapping him. And he shoots him in the chest right after that. But obviously, this will also be coming back to play. Just Anthony Wong always wearing a bulletproof vest, even though it doesn't look like he is, because he's got that shirt unbuttoned halfway. You don't see a bulletproof vest on anywhere.
Honestly, that makes like logical.
He looks so good in this movie, though. I can't hate it. I don't know. It's so good. But yeah, he shoots him in the chest. Obviously, bulletproof vest. This leads Woe though to retaliate, and he shoots Simon Yam right in the balls. Very funny. Like even in this very heated scene, like it's just hilarious because obviously after he shoots Simon Yam, everything happens. Like everything explodes. Bullets start flying everywhere. But then you just have Simon Yam going over here going like my balls.
That's well, that's because this gunfight basically starts with him getting shot. Like,
yeah.
That's who saves him.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Woe saves.
Yes, that's
Wong.
going to bring even a little more tension to the
yes.
movie.
Oh, definitely.
Of like what Wong needs to do now. Yeah.
Where his loyalty's life?
Yes, exactly. But I love that way it happens too because it's like that's what I said. Where the injuries carry over, like especially this one. Too.
This one, 100%.
Yeah, you're not walking that one.
Especially like how sweaty he gets. How sweaty he is the rest of the movie. It's just insane. Like Simon Yam.
Yes, dude.
How sweaty he is and like how he's like breathing and stuff.
I would be sweaty at my balls.
Because you never see this. Like gunshots never have this much impact. It's almost like he's overplaying it. Like how much like it's hurting him.
Not if he got shot in the balls though. I mean.
Well, I thought he gets it in the leg.
He
it's
says
not technically
his balls. I don't
think it technically is because he's getting stitches.
It probably skimmed his balls.
Yeah, he's probably saying yeah.
But yeah, this scene is just amazing. Like I know that Stephen Tao points out, and I definitely recognize in this scene, just like it's just like the gun smoke appears and then just disappears to reveal bodies, just like there. And I don't know, it's just so fucking good. I love the like squib effects too of just like this like it's like a poof of red. Anytime someone gets shot, I don't know. It's so fucking. It's just very expressionistic. I really love. I really love the violence in this movie. It's definitely a different type of violence than Johhnie To usually does.
Remember I told you about the King Hu influence?
Ooh.
That's why it was for Throwdown last week. I was like, Luke would probably appreciate this because
I remember you saying
because he was talking about how basically he said King Hu had a good artistic sense. He said probably because he was a painter. His answer was that smoke and fog emphasize the things that need to be seen. And that's basically what you're saying, like basically how he uses smoke too.
Yeah, the gun smoke. Oh, it's so good. I love it so much. But yeah, this scene kind of just ends with the boys kind of making it out alive somehow. Although Woe does get shot a few different times, but the big one is he got shot in the chest, which will obviously be coming back. But the scene ends with Simon Yam and Kung and making a deal or an agreement in the bathroom. Kind of just a forced agreement of Simon Yam pointing a gun at him, but
it's more like because we've already skipped the part where Simon Yam does point at someone earlier in this scene.
He does, yes.
So we got to mention that the Simon Yam.
He points to Anthony Wong, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I think so. Yeah,
I think
it's one of the. It might be the other gang. It might be the other gang stories. Like they were about to kill you or something. There was a hit out for you. It might have been that guy.
It might be Kung. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, it was to the guys like we can make a deal too.
Yes, Kung, yeah.
And he's like, this, just like something about him pointing, it's just great. But in this scene where it's like now he's like super sweaty, and there's like that same green. It's the same exact green.
It is the same exact green.
That's what I'm saying. He's definitely carrying the screen over because it's the same green on the top of this building too. What I mentioned earlier. But then like the way he's like reaching out his hand, he's like, let's make a deal. And like the way he touches, like he makes this like almost like orgasmic.
It does, dude. It is.
You gotta see his face too. It's in close up. He's like, it's so good. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like Johhnie To never does like he never has like acting like this. You know, it's like,
not
so
typically.
It really stands out.
I do love it. I love him in this movie. But yeah, after the scene is over, it cuts to the boys getting in a car. Needing to push it, obviously, because it's broken down, which this kind of also comes back in this movie. The same cops arrive as they're leaving, and it's really funny because all they have to do to get them to leave is just like Roy just throws a can their direction, and the cop like gets in and goes like, "I was leaving, don't worry." Like,
yeah, it's like all you need to know is the can, because we did kind of point out the can is used to show how skilled he is.
Yes, exactly, with a gun.
Yeah.
Or both of them are, I guess, technically, or all of them. But
what's his name in this movie?
I don't know what his name is. His name is Roy. His name is Roy Chung in real life. That's the actor's name. That's why I just call him Roy. But
yeah. He's such the opposite character than Prison on Fire too.
100%, yes.
He's like the most evil guy ever in Prison on Fire.
The most caricatured police officer you've seen. It's so good. But yeah, they end up having to hotwire another car because their truck won't start. And it's this is one of the first moments of I call it like crisis of confidence almost. I like crisis of confidence is what I call it, but it's really just them letting kind of like fate decide. This is not there quite yet because like Woe is still alive, but they're all just like looking to Anthony Wong like, what are we gonna do? And he's just like, how the hell should I know? And they just ask Francis like what they should do, and he says hospital. And he says, "Oh, we're not going to the hospital. Are you an idiot?" And so he says, "I know an underground clinic." And so they go.
But this is also where Francis yells at him about he should be dead, right?
Yes. This is where some of the emotions start boiling over. Because he's like, "You should be dead. You can't kill him now." Basically, because he saved your life. Yeah. A lot of emotions from Francis in this movie, but I think Francis, his name in the movie is Ty, but I don't know. I don't just get his actual name.
I think you're right. I just saw it.
But yeah, now we have probably my favorite sequence in the movie, which is the underground clinic sequence. This entire thing is just amazing. Like, everything in this scene is amazing. Like, they get there, it starts just like with the asshole doctor not paying the prostitute that we've seen at the very beginning of the movie.
Yes. That's what it's like, another thing, like, everyone in this movie is bad. Like,
exactly.
The same thing with the... yeah, no, it was actually earlier when I brought up this movie. Yeah, where like everyone in this movie is bad, like even the doctor. You know?
Even the doctor. I mean, you already know he's bad because he's got an underground clinic, obviously. But yeah, even in this scene, you're just like, wow, this asshole. The shot, like they're knocking at the door. Obviously, another great knocking at the door scene, and he opens it up, and we just see Anthony Wong standing there, and they just bring Nick in or Woe in, and he says $50,000 to fix him up, and then Lamsoot says, "How about 30,000?" And then he's like, "It's a deal." And then whenever they actually get him into the operating table, he's like just standing there going like, "Well, where's the money?" And then they all just take out all their money and just give it to him. And he's like, "Hey, 17,000 here." And because they're such dangerous men, obviously the doctor's not gonna say no. And so he just takes it and he starts the surgery on him. And then we just get like a little moment of rest as they're all kind of just, although it's like still nervous rest because Anthony Wong is very nervous in this scene still, but they're all just sitting at the table drinking tea together, waiting as the surgery's like going on. Because I think Roy is sitting in with Woe in the surgery, and the other three of them are just drinking tea, and you just have Anthony Wong just over here just like knocking it, like tapping his finger consistently on the table. So it's like not really a relaxing moment, but it's at least a break in the movie. But the tapping is obviously leading to another tapping at the door because they do hear footsteps coming, and there is another knock at the door.
This also makes sense logically too. Like, of course, they were the same underground doctor because like they both had people get shot. They both work
and he literally works for
exactly.
Simon
They're both very interrelated. Like,
yes. Like, of course they would also be here, which is probably why I think, well, it's certain numbers to begin with anyway, but... this is obviously a great scene. Like, there's just a lot of just little things in this.
I mean, first, Simon Yam is like...
Just the way he walks in.
Is like the funniest thing. Yeah, that's the way he walks in. Like, he's like holding his hand out.
Yes.
With his like legs pointing out. It's just so... And then like, I forgot what he says, too.
I think it just says, "Where is the doctor?"
Yeah. It's like how demanding it is. Like the fact that he doesn't know that that's Woe.
Yes.
Pushes the patient.
So good.
Because I know Johhnie To said this is his favorite scene in the movie.
I mean, I agree.
And he said specifically because of. Well, he said one of I forgot the exact quote, but it was something like he liked the humor as well as the drama in the scene.
It's very darkly comedic. I do find it hilarious as well.
Well, it's not even darkly. Like Simon Yam, that's what I'm saying. He's almost like playing like a just outright comedian, like kind of comedian almost. You know, the way he's like reacting to everything. But it also is dark.
He's like the Joker, kind of.
Yes, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Another Batman reference.
Yeah. Damn, was it me this time though?
We gotta stop this, yo. It's getting out of hand.
We gotta just do Batman on the podcast so we can never talk about it again.
Yeah, bar it. Censor it.
No, I think the funniest part of this scene though is like even like after Simon like throws Woe out of the way, the doctor just starts laughing at him whenever he sees his injury, and he just like, and then Simon just like starts this like maniacal laugh basically, which like shuts the doctor up because he gets really scared. But we do like he eventually gets lured to the presence of Woe because Woe starts to slowly wake up from the gunshots. And it's amazing because we obviously have seen the other boys just kind of like hiding behind curtains or just behind these like doorways or something, just out of frame, just literally out of frame of Simon Yam's group. It's just such great shots, but they are all obviously like looking at Woe waking up. And he's all out of it. Like, he doesn't know really what's going on. And he stares right at Simon Yam. It's a great shot of him staring right at him and then Simon lifting his head and just, like, looking right at him.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's, like, his, like, smile, too, when he realizes. And just, like... Because I think part of the funniness is, like, he's supposed to be really evil, but at the same time he's so vulnerable because, like, he has this, like, doctor, like, sewing him up, like, right next to his balls. Like, and, like, so, like, his reaction, too, when it's, like, filmed in a wide shot, and, when he turns his head, he just like smiles at seeing Woe, and the doctor's there just like trying to sew him up. You know, it's just funny.
It's so good. But this obviously starts.
This basically starts the
phenomenal gunfight. This one's just another one where the curtains are going off.
Wait, which is a better like hospital gunfight? This or the killer?
Oh,
the killer also uses curtains in a very good way. I will say. This one is
another John Hoover's.
But this one is like every time they put the curtains, it's almost like how Batman uses his cape. You know, like they're using it. Well, but think about it, the way they're like trying to like escape like bullets and stuff.
They are.
It kind of makes sense like that.
Anyway,
I didn't mention the Dark Knight though. I didn't say with Batman.
You just mentioned the Dark Knight.
I didn't say
you said the words "the Dark Knight."
But it was more like that ideal, like especially the darkness aspect. You know, like they're using like. It doesn't have to make sense like logically. Like it's almost like the way, like they're like kind of superheroes of like like gunfighting. You know,
they can get out of any situation. It seems like as long as they're together.
Yes, yeah. Unless they decide they're not going to get out of it, almost.
Yeah, well, unless it's like a hopeless situation.
Yeah.
Because this one's not hopeless. They obviously are not completely outnumbered.
I mean, it is hopeless in one way. How it ends.
It is. No, it is. It is definitely hopeless in that way. Yeah, this scene is fucking amazing. Obviously, like they do escape. We already have brought this scene up multiple times of them. Danny already kind of like mentioned how that this is like, and I didn't even think about it like this before, but a Tati-esque shot of them escaping the building, kind of just like the gunfire happening. Like, you can see everything. It's just so good.
Just like really wide shot, good. Like, and it's like really flat.
Yeah. But obviously, Woe was not with them.
Wes Anderson also has a similar shot. He has a similar gun shootout scene in French Dispatch.
I haven't watched French Dispatch in so long.
When it's like towards the end, it's like the third story, and like having the shootout, and it's like the wide shot.
I don't remember.
But a Johnnie To shootout is way different from a Wes Anderson shootout.
Even though I can actually, the one similar I can say, yes, they're different, but also they both see it as very stylized. That's like true. They're not going for a realism of like logic of like.
That's true.
They're like especially in this one is like it's so much just like how it almost feels like what can we just film like how I can make the best looking shot.
Yes.
Not necessarily like how does this gunfight every bullet makes sense or where everyone is in the scene. Like it actually doesn't matter that much because we know like you said they're really skilled and there's real stakes at the same time.
Yes.
Which doesn't make it feel cheap. You know what I mean? Because like I said, Woe's still going to die at the end of the scene. Yeah. And it's, like, really brutal, too.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, they're escaping. Woe's not with them. They lost him all the way. And obviously, they lost him because we had gotten a scene of him following the bell sound that reminded him of his son, just kind of, like, passing out in a corridor. But whenever all four of them get to the bottom, we just cut back up to the fucking top of the building, and we see Woe wrapped up in this goddamn tarp, and the henchmen just push him out the window. And Johhnie To films it in long shot, Like, it's a long shot, and
Yes.
you just watch the body fall, the stories right to the ground. It's fucking insane, man.
It's basically from their perspective because they're on the
Yes.
ground now. Like they have the low ground in the scene, like literally, and
Yeah.
like a kind of.
Yeah, and this is definitely a hopeless
Totally.
situation because they can't do
Yeah.
anything to get him out of there
Exactly.
either. Like they're literally at the mercy of just Simon Yam's like sinisterness, basically.
And this is where the darkness also feels like really like sinister too, because like they're all hiding in the dark, but they can't come out because they're on the low ground, like you said.
Yeah.
And like Simon Yam's the one who's like brightly lit at the top, as we see, like basically, like and then he starts unloading the gun to him. It's like
Yeah, basically anytime Francis tries to get Woe's body, they shoot at Francis, and then Simon Yam will just like slowly point the gun towards Woe and just fire a couple shots in his body.
And that's the thing. He shows the bullets hitting this body
Yes,
too.
he does.
Like, so it makes like the audience feel the kind of weight too. It's not like off screen kind of.
Yeah, it makes you feel as helpless, obviously, as
Yes,
they are.
that kind of helps us.
Um,
Honestly, we see a better angle than they do.
We do.
So,
one of the best shots in the scene is just the blood kind of like trickling over a flower as it like goes down to like where like Lamson is sitting. I love that shot. It's just like it's so good.
but like even in this shot, like I haven't mentioned a lot, but like even in these scenes, like where we're just seeing like them look, like this shot of Anthony Wong just watching is so good.
Yes.
Like his face is like mostly cut off, and it's just like a
It's
small
just
part
his
of his
eyes,
eyes.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like little blue. Just like little shots like that, it just feels like so creative when he's shooting it.
Well, and every time Simon Yam is like shooting Woe, they're all looking at him. Like,
Yes,
with
that's what I'm saying.
basically
Yeah, all these
hate.
cutaways
Like-
to that too are really good too, even in just like these kind of normal scenes.
Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, Lamson, once I think it's after he sees the blood kind of like trickling down, he sees the tarp also on the
Yes.
ground. He's like, okay, then I can get his body at the very least. And so he starts like slowly tugging on it, gets the attention of Francis and the others that he's going to be doing this, and then he kind of just jumps up, takes the tarp with him, drags Woe's body with him as everyone else kind of like climbs out and provides cover fire, and then they all kind of just escape with the tarp. Just kind of, I love it because like they escape and the tarp just kind of like flies off into the distance. It's so good. But yeah, this scene ends with them. And actually, the scene ends with a shot of like Simon just like shooting the doctor inside and the prostitute running away. And I kind of love the shot of Simon Yam just like standing on the window because you see the other boss like right behind him in the other window frame, like way across the building, as Simon's just like saying like go find them, do anything you can do to catch them or whatever. But
Yeah, the way he's it's also funny too because he has no pants on when he's
He does.
he's just wearing the shirt, like so, like he's trying to be serious, but he's also funny too.
Oh, it's so good.
Because he's still intimidating. Like we just saw this guy fucking
definitely.
unload this gun into this guy. That was a funny dichotomy.
Our pantless wonder.
Because earlier during the gun battle scene, there's like a funny moment where like the doctor's like trying to sew him up while he's walking too.
Yes,
like,
yes,
he's
so
shooting
good.
while he's like walking away. And
The doctor's so It's so good. But this is where I have in my notes that the crisis of confidence in the boys kind of really begins because obviously Woe's now dead, so their objective has failed, their mission has failed. Like they were trying to help this man like basically get money for his family, and they failed in all regards. And so they're just kind of sitting here like wondering what to do, and it's kind of like I kind of make it like almost like a group hallucination. Or like maybe like Woe's ghost talking to them almost.
No, it's like
because
the most dreamlike shot.
It is.
you
It's,
know?
it's such a good shot, and his face is just like so white with
Yes,
the red on it,
yes.
like because he just like he's not in the frame at the beginning. It's just the four of them,
Yeah.
and they're like, "What are we gonna do now?" And they just kind of sit there, and then like Woe's body just pops up, and he goes like, "Go home,"
Yeah.
and they just kind of like he obviously is dead, but he completely dies in that moment, but.
The group of hallucination, they make sense because they all just decide, they don't argue about it.
Yeah.
They just go.
They just say go home. I think Francis just says go home.
Yeah.
And after Woe, obviously, and it's just kind of a sweet scene of like him just kind of like letting him, like, I don't know, it's very sweet. But then obviously they go back to Woe's house, and this is a kind of a reenactment of the beginning scene, you would say, because they knock at the door again. The wife opens, and this time it's completely night, and it's obviously like Woe's dead in their hands, and they bring him in and lay him out on the table. And this is also why I was saying, like, the wife kind of just, like, after they are telling her, like, we need to go, like, we need to get you to safety, like, you need to come with us, she gets the gun and just fires at them.
Yes.
Forces them to flee, and then she breaks all the furniture they built together and lights Woe on fire. Like, not like sacrificing them.
All this is
like, giving them,
visual
like, a
too.
funeral.
Like,
yeah, it's so good.
It's just like almost like these quick shots, you know,
Yeah.
like they bring the body, like they have no idea how to say it, so it's like it's all applied.
Yes.
But then they don't expect her reaction.
No, they do not.
It's almost like the most surprise they get at any gunfire in like the movie.
It is.
You know? So,
well, because, like, yeah. I mean, they should have maybe expected it, but because she didn't like them at the beginning.
I mean, and she, like, that's the thing where we feel like she's right. You know, that's where like we kind of agree with her. You know, especially like the way they're like they're just bringing it to her like no words. Like, you got it. You know.
Here's your dead husband.
Yeah. And then because one of them is just like, pack your bags, we gotta leave. Like one of them says like, just pack your bags, we gotta leave. You know, like they don't seem that understanding. You know?
No.
Or they don't know how to say it anyway, even if they are, but because they're trying at least.
Yeah, they are trying.
But like they obviously don't know how to handle it. But yeah, so it's like when she unloads, like it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But then she like almost shoots the baby too.
Yeah, she does almost shoot the baby, which that's a big scene. Obviously, like it's very sad that she even has the thought almost, but like that's kind of what this life, like her husband Robert too almost, but yeah, she breaks all the furniture they built, burns, or basically sends her husband off to the afterlife, you would say, and then she leaves as we cut back to the boys at a crossroads, and this is the amazing scene of them basically just letting fate decide where they go from here on out completely, because they're all looking at Anthony Wong again. Repetition scene from before of whenever they're like looking at him and where to go after Woe got shot. But he's just like I don't know, what do you guys want to do or whatever. He's like, why? Like, his face is basically going like, why am I the leader here? But they're just like, why don't we flip a coin for it? And so they decide to flip a coin. Even then, they have to give the coin to Anthony Wong, and he's just like, oh god, what the hell? Okay, so he just takes the coin, flips it, and I love his face and just the way he points at the direction they're gonna go, because he just goes like, and then they just go off to the score playing. It's fucking amazing. Like this like western ass score as they're driving into like this desert wasteland, basically. Like these shots in the desert. And the desert / mountains are just so good. Like
these are like the most western, obvious western aspects.
Definitely. But it's also like a religious journey that they're going through, kind of almost. And I do feel like it is a religious journey.
I thought Casino. When they like, it's like all set in Las Vegas, but they have this like one scene where they go to the desert. Obviously, it's a bit different because it's like they have like the argument in the desert. Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci.
I don't remember.
Because like then it's like the scene with the sunglasses reflection shot, and like the contempt score is playing.
I don't remember.
I'm surprised you love Casino.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Okay.
They're like in the desert.
He's showing us a scene in the desert.
This shot of the sunglasses.
Okay, I can't remember that.
He doesn't remember at all.
Yeah.
Bro, it's been 2021 since I've seen it.
But you like always thought how it's like your favorite Scorsese and stuff.
It might be, no. It probably is. I always say it's better than a Goodfellas.
Silence is his favorite Scorsese, probably.
I'm pretty sure you said on audio. I almost said on video, but on audio, on mic, that's your favorite. Anyway.
I think I did at some point, yeah.
Damn.
But either way, I can see why you bring that up for this.
It's kind of like
this one is more different. Like Blake is saying the more spiritual aspect. Like this one, you can say they go through their change of like they realize what they have to, or they more accept it, I guess.
Yeah, I would say it's more like this spiritual journey as in fate just takes them on this journey to Buddha Mountain. Basically where their soul wanted to go at the beginning, like Woe wanted to do this job.
Oh yes.
And so this is where it kind of like led them
they end
almost.
Up in this...
Like they didn't know they were going to be going this way. It's just kind of where fate led. I don't know. I do just kind of love this entire sequence.
Well, I mean, just the way it's lit too. It kind of makes you feel that way, like the golden sunlight, and like the way it's
got this like yellow filter over it. So
yes, and just like the way they're walking, like
it's like this is how Hollywood shoots like any movie in any place in Africa. Like they put this filter
in Mexico.
Or Mexico.
Or Mexico, yeah. that kind of culture, yeah. I mean, it's usually not like this, the romantic.
It's not.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not like this. Like I'm just saying.
No,
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
I knew what you were saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, like their car breaks down at one point here, leading to some of the greatest shots in the movie as they just continue to walk on. Like that's another thing that makes me think of like it's just a spiritual journey because like it's a spiritual journey through the desert and they literally see Buddha at the end. It's kind of it's insane. But yeah, like this.
I mean, the way they even just stumble upon another job, you know.
Yes, it's so good. Oh my god. No, well, yeah, yeah. No, this shot. I mean, these scenes are kind of intercut with the wife going around with their picture, kind of like asking if anyone knows who they are or whatever.
Like chasing them, basically.
Yeah, basically. I mean, that's going to be coming up obviously later. I feel like she'll find someone to help her, but but that's just like a little thing planted here. But yeah, like fate does lead our boys to the spring right in front of these Buddha statues on Buddha Mountain, which is amazing. Amazing shot.
And just the way the settings change too, because like it's this like golden kind of desert kind of.
And then it's just
all of a sudden,
lush
it's this lushful forest. Yeah. It's kind of great. It's like very dreamlike, you know.
It's so good. Because like after they see the mountain and kind of just like start talking about the gold, like I think Lamsut's character, he goes like, "How much is a ton of gold?" or "How much is a ton?" And they're all like, "Oh, I don't know actually." And then like I think he eventually says like 1 million. They're like, "You're being an idiot."
Wait, is this where it's like you can't measure your love and weight?
Not yet.
No.
That's actually that's literally like right after because it's after they actually have the conversation about stealing the gold.
Oh, okay.
Because
they flip the coin too. Okay.
Yeah, because like once they see Buddha Mountain, they go and like set up like they're going to do this job, and they're sitting there just kind of like waiting, and then Anthony Wong just like they're like, "Are we gonna do this or not?" Like Lamson, like I think like cocks his gun, he just looks over, and then Anthony Wong just like holds out his hand for the coin, and they pass it over. And I kind of love Francis in this scene because he's just like, "Give me the coin, like like hurry up." But they do flip it, and this is another scene of just camaraderie because like they all want to do this job so bad. You can tell that they all do, but they're still letting fate guide them. And so Anthony Wong flips it and he says, "If it's heads, we'll do it." And then he's just holding it in his palm. They all put their hands over his hand. It's just so sweet. And then he opens his hand, his tails, obviously. And they all just kind of like lay there. It's a great shot, low angle shot of them, and you see like the clouds in the background, which is amazing. But they're all disappointed, obviously. But then on this walk is where we get the amazing jokes. I actually wrote down most of them because Lamsut's just saying, "How much is a ton of dreams? How much is a ton of love? You can't measure love by weight. How much is a ton of pain? Does it sound happy? Does it sound heavy to you? If it's heavy, then it gets to feel painful. Am I right?" And then Francis comes and just kicks him, and he goes like, "How much is a ton of Porky Pig?" It's just like, oh my god.
Of course, that make that. They're like, the one was like, "How much is a pair of tits?"
How much is and that's what Anthony Wong is. And he's like fat. How much is a pair of tits?
That's why it's also funny when he starts making jokes too.
Yes.
He's like the serious one, you know. So.
It's always fun whenever he gets on the group dynamic, which he always is. Obviously, it's just whenever he gets funny like this. But obviously, this is kind of what you can say like fate had in store for them, because it didn't allow them to do the job. But it does lead them basically to the gold anyway.
Yeah.
And honestly a better scenario than whatever would have happened if they actually tried to do the job, because they just stumble upon the gold caravan getting already raided by someone else, and they see an amazing cop standing his ground. Roy especially is in love with this man. This is the guy. This is the main robber from Breaking News.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was like, the two main players in that movie did return in this movie technically, but he's just standing there all fucking cool, basically taking on this entire army by himself that's trying to come after this gold.
That's why it's like, he's basically an honorary member, you know.
Oh, he is a member after this.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Well, because like Roy is literally over here cheering for him, like as he's shooting him, he like lets out like woo, and then Anthony Wong just like throws a rock at him, like, "Shut up, man! What are you doing?"
That's funny. I didn't even realize that.
It's so good. But yeah, they do end up helping this guy out. Obviously, first they help him kill some of the guys, and then it's actually a great shot of like the opposing unit or whatever is closing in on this cop, and he's just standing there smoking a cigarette behind the tree, and then you just hear gunfire off like from the side, and there's just the four of them standing there, just like completely still, just shooting. It's so good, so good.
Yes.
And I do kind of love it because Roy just kind of like looks over the other guy and just goes like this, just gives a little head nod, and then he starts doing it too. The cop starts like joining in, but after they kill everyone, they do shoot the cop's gun out of his hand, or Roy shoots the cop's gun out of his hand. We get a replaying of kind of the can scene, but this time with an actual gun. So they shoot the gun into the lake and basically invite the cop to join them if he wants to, because they kind of like, he's a kindred spirit.
Yeah.
And he's already over here saying like, if I am the only one left alive, my employers are going to think I'm the one that stole this money anyway, so I might as well go with you guys.
Yeah.
And then
that's what it feels very dream-like. He's like, oh, he's just part of the crew right away. Like,
that's where the kindred spirit.
Because literally, like the next cut is like this amazing scene where he's like playing the harmonica for them.
Well, the next cut is the cigarette scene, which I like.
Oh yeah, where
the truck,
where they're driving.
Because that's just a really sweet scene.
Yeah,
that's another like just sweet like bonding moment scene.
Yeah, driving away.
But yeah, the hard cut though to just the nighttime of him just playing the harmonica.
Well, yeah, this like cut like it's all black and the camera just pans slowly to like across, and it shows him playing the harmonica because you hear the harmonica first.
Yes,
but you're not, and then you see him actually playing it. Like so that already you're like, okay, he's part of the group, you know. And then it shows all the rest of them just facing in a campfire.
It's a campfire next to the ocean, you know, or something. Like, it's so good. Some of the sweetest scenes in the movie happen here because, like, I think they're all basically making fun of Anthony Wong because he's saying like, oh, if we get this money, I want to like go back to school. And then I think Francis goes like, oh yeah, you can learn English because you don't even look Chinese or whatever. And he's like, but I know Italian. And then they go like, oh yeah. They say something in Italian or whatever, and then they all just start dying laughing.
It's basically like play the contrast too, because he loves these kind of like
happy
like,
moments leading into a
the opposite.
Yes, the opposite emotion coming immediately.
I mean, it's kind of opposite of the first scene where it's like a dark moment, and then it flips all of a sudden to a happy moment.
Yeah.
Where this is like just like the phone call he gets,
or he calls.
Oh, does he call?
Yeah, he calls Simon.
Oh,
he ends it himself basically.
Oh, okay.
But. I love that they're trying to take Lampsuit's pants off because he has a boner. It's so fucking stupid, dude. Like I don't know. It's so funny, man. but yeah, like he does call. He calls Simon Yam, and I think he basically just says like fuck you or something. And then Simon Yam basically just says, oh, you shouldn't have left the wife and kid. And he just like rings the bell.
Yeah.
And that leads Anthony Wong. Like that changes Anthony Wong's entire expression. He just like gets very angry after that.
No, yeah, it's like cuts to this wide shot of just him like throwing the phone on the ground.
Yeah.
So you can see like all their reactions to
what just happened.
Like like if he's getting this mad, all of a sudden like, oh, that's fuck. Like they basically know like something went wrong just from that, you know.
I mean, Lampsuit's got his pants down in the ocean right now. Like Jesus.
But honestly, like I forgot how good even this like scene, like the cut right next to when they were on the boat, where they're all just like standing on the boat. It's like even these shots are just so. These shots
are so good, man. Like he's got a lot of like I love the shot of them like on the boat, but even the shot of them walking away is probably my favorite.
Or even like Anthony Wong by himself. It was just like. Because like it's like four of them, or standing, and then him like by himself.
Oh, with him just like in the
black
sky,
behind
the black
him.
sky.
Yes,
like
it's like dark blue
gradient.
Yeah. It's just so good. That's what I'm saying. Like even these kind of like it's just like every shot in this movie, even like the kind of normal like exposition, like oh they gotta, they're like telling this guy, we'll be back. If we see each other, then we'll see each other. Kind
it's
of thing.
It's the shit I live for in movies. They're lowering the gold and they're just like
yes.
He's just it's so like good. It's so good, honestly, because they're lowering the gold and then they just give Anthony Wong the coin, and then he throws the coin. This is where he's like, "No, we're taking our fate back into our own hands." Like,
yes, no, I like that too.
It's so good, like, because he just throws the coin in the water and he just turns around to Richie and goes like, we'll see you later, basically, is what he says.
Well, he says something like,
he says like,
if we see each other again, or like we...
Well, he says, we'll see you later, and then Richie says, what about the gold? And he's like, we'll see you again, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Or something like that.
And just, but like, honestly, like, this is what gives it away, like, for sure they've accepted it, is like, when they're walking away, when they all start drinking.
Yes.
And they're just like getting drunk as fuck, because it's like, that's when you know. But it also gives such a fun excitement to the scene. Like, what's going to happen? You're like, oh, fuck, now they're just, like, really drunk, too. So it's like, now anything could happen.
And they act like they're really drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah. After that moment, obviously, it cuts to the hotel scene. The ending of the movie.
Yes,
And
yes.
quite honestly, it's one of Johnnie To's best shootout scenes in his entire filmography.
Well, they enter and like immediately go for the alcohol. That's there.
Oh, it's so
too.
good. No, it's hilarious.
Because
Hilarious.
it gives that real attention of like if you're about to die, you want to like basically be drunk as possible or something.
They're just clowning around, man. Like,
yeah,
it's
but
so
also
funny.
they're stressed. Like it's at the same time, like
definitely.
they're clowning, but also like if you're trying to get that drunk too, like you're trying to, like it's also serious.
Yes.
Like they know they're about to die.
Yeah.
So it's like they're trying to have both. Like that's what this whole movie is. That
Yes.
tension of like, death being right there, but then like trying to like enjoy life at the same time.
Yeah, I love it because they just walk in. They do take alcohol out, and then like I think Anthony Wong says, "Where's the ambush?" And then they all just like spit out the alcohol they were drinking. Go like, they just start laughing. It's so funny, but yeah, like they're still just kind of like flying around. I love the moment whenever they're going into the photo booth. They take their last photos together.
Especially since we don't see the picture they take until the very end.
So it's such a good, it's such a good like decision that he made there, honestly. But what makes them obviously stop flying around is the wife walks out of her room and starts walking down the stairs, and they hear the little bell jingle. And Anthony Wong's face whenever he walks out the photo booth is so good, because this is the other thing is like, even if she did shoot him in the head, it's like they would have been completely okay with that. Like, they all would have been fine with that. Like, that would have been an understandable reaction for them if he actually didn't die. Because she does, obviously, like, whenever he's just standing there in front of her, she shoots him for, like, 3 or 4 times in the chest. Mm. And since he's wearing a bulletproof vest, obviously, which obviously he's not, because his shirt's buttoned down, like, right here, and he gets shot right in the chest, but looking very good, but he definitely does not have one on. But,
That's funny. I actually didn't realize that.
I noticed it this time because he looks really good in this movie, but partially because his like chest is showing. I'm just like, there's no
that's actually
vest
so
under
true.
there.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But yeah, like whenever she shoots in the bulletproof vest, like they're all just kind of like looking at her, like accepting it, and then Anthony Wong's even just like kneeling there.
No, because they don't react. It's like you might think initially, their plans to have this like full on shootout or something, but they don't necessarily react like when she pulls the gun up, like they're gonna like shoot.
No, yeah, they don't.
Or they don't tell her to stop or anything. No, but it is.
And they don't say anything after she does it either.
Yeah, yeah.
They just kind of let her decide. Almost. But
then the fact that they could have left, even just if they left Anthony Wong there, that's what makes it interesting, because they decide to stay for him.
Well, it is because they do have to stay for him, or they decide to stay for him. But it's also like they don't have the gold in the car either, so they're lying.
But they gave the gold to that guy, though, right?
They gave the gold to the guy who's on the boat and definitely going to be leaving with that gold no matter what.
But he's waiting for them technically because they tell him
until sunrise.
Well, they tell her to go meet him.
Yeah, he tells them that he'll wait until daybreak.
Yes, and they tell her to go, so they obviously could have gone with her.
Well, the 4 of them could.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they could have, but
it's like more sacrificial. Kind of.
It's more of the heroic bloodshed nature of the movie.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like the kind of lesson of the movie is like they do it for their brother.
This is the group dynamic coming to play. Like they're doing it for their group.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, like if they would have left, they would have been, at least in their minds, I think they would have been tarnishing the memory of like who they're trying to get vengeance for in this scene. Mm. I do love it though, because like. Obviously, you said like Simon Yen gives them the condition. Like I love the gold scene just in general, because like after she doesn't shoot Anthony Wong in the head, like as Simon Yen tells her like shoot him in the head. After she doesn't do that, Francis just throws the gold right at the feet, basically of Simon Yen, and just the glitter of the gold on his face whenever he's like going down there and picking it up. I just love that he has a cane in the scene too. It makes everything so much more funny to me, honestly. Yeah. Like it's definitely the injury carrying over, but just like his movements with the cane are hilarious because like he throws the like coin, the gold up to the like Jeff up there and he bites it, and they just go. He gives the okay sign again, and Simon Yen just kind of like goes there, and goes like ah, kind of like a Willy Wonka thing. I don't know, but yeah, then he gives him that condition, obviously, like. All you can go except for Anthony Wong. And then we get obviously the scene of the wife.
Well, I also like the tease of like maybe you might get a happy ending too. Like if this is your first time watching it, like the gold could be used as like a trade-off thing. Maybe they do have a plan.
They do
But
have
it's
a
like,
plan.
no. I guess technically, yeah.
It's just not the plan everyone's expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Francis, obviously, as he's walking the wife out, he just slips the key in with the baby and goes like, there's a cop waiting for you at this pier with all the gold. Go now. Well, make sure no one follows you, basically. And they just kind of like shoves her out the door and they close it. And I love their faces in this scene because they're all like happy.
That's where all this happens like one motion and then out
Yes.
slow motion. Like
Oh,
all this
yes.
happens really fast in real time. You could say now it's like all slow motion now because it's like right after they close the door, the can. One of
The Red Bull can.
Yeah,
the Red Bull.
can. It's like, oh shit's about to go down, you know.
And
they all
how,
headbutt it.
Yeah, Roy headbutts it.
That's where it reminds me of the mission too. Like where they're
Definitely.
doing like little
The
soccer
paper,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, where they all get a chance to hit it.
And I love how the entire scene takes place and how long it takes for the Red Bull can to fall back down to the ground.
Yes.
It's so
Well, it's
good.
like going like in the air throughout the whole fight. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. The scene or like everyone's dead by the time the Red Bull can hits the
yes.
ground. It's fucking crazy.
Like lands right next to all this gold.
It's so good. I do just love how happy they are.
And just
This
how chaotic this
entire ending.
gunfight is too. Just insane.
Oh, it's so good.
It just like shot like
It's
don't
4
expect
versus
it.
100.
It's just everyone's dying. You know.
Yeah, it's 4 versus 100. You know,
Yeah,
the odds. They're all
everyone's-
gonna die. Like,
just there's gonna be a lot of smoke, a lot of gun.
yes.
Yeah.
And I love the bird's eye view shots of just
Especially at the
gunfight in
end with the
general.
bodies.
Oh yes, just all the dead bodies on the ground.
Yeah.
It's so good. But yeah, like their happiness, this entire scene carries over into the finale of to the ending of the actual movie because they're all obviously they kill Simon Yam. Like I think Francis is the one that ends up getting the killing shot in on him. And then whenever they're all just laying there like bloody and shot up, like they see the prostitute kind of walk out of the room, and she just starts. I think she just starts kind of walking down the stairs, and they all just kind of like smile and laugh. And then they all kind of get their own little death moment, you would say, because like I think Francis dies first, then Roy, and then Lamson kind of like dies with a smile on his face.
Yeah, they're
And
all
then-
smiling while they die.
Yeah,
too.
and then Anthony Wong just takes his sunglasses out, puts them back on as he's smiling.
His are the best too because
It
like
is.
there's like this blue wall right next to him
And
and,
the
like
photo
a
booth.
gold little.
No, this looks like a Godard shot.
there's like the gold
Okay.
little curtain
Like the-
right next
like-
to him, and he's just in the corner of the frame.
like the
left third.
the
of the
blood that
frame.
like looks like fakeish too.
Yeah, and like the flat kind of clear like framing, like
Yeah.
it's like flat, and then also like these clear like almost like rectangular.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And I think we get one more bird's eye view shot before we get. I think it's showing the prostitute kind of getting the gold and leaving, and then we get the shot of the photo booth printing out the last photos of their life, and then it kind of flashes back to the 2 other photos that have been here in this movie, and then it obviously credits roll, and that is the end of Exiled. Amazing fucking movie.
Yes.
Love Exiled. But yeah, that is going to finish our episode this week, and next week we are going to be returning with Running Out of Time, 1999, the earliest movie we'll be doing on the 4th week, and Sparrow. Honestly, just 2 lighthearted romps, I would say. So,
I think Sparrow might be one of my favorites.
Sparrow is one of my favorites.
It might be.
Sparrow's also like a very cinematic kind of movie too.
It is. I think that's the one where I actually compared Simon Yam to Hugh Lowe.
Oh, okay. I have to keep that in mind. on-
just in terms of like just him riding around on his bike, it's just I don't know. It's just like his body movements in that movie are awesome to me. But obviously it's also like a pickpocket homage kind of too. So, but yeah, excited to get into that. So until next time, hope to see you floating through the clouds.